history of radio, but the content's pretty good, so check it out on 101 ESPN or get the podcast on the TMA app. KPN-TFM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day. Rise and shine, St. Louis. It's the Brown and Crouppen Morning After on KPN-TFM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. At the Morning After STL on YouTube and on TMASTL.com with Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, Iggy Strode, and Action Jackson.
7:07 in St. Louis. You're listening to TMA. It's presented to you by Brown and Crouppen. Welcome to the Munganess St. Louis Acura, Munganess Burkhardt, Alton Toyota, 7 o'clock hour. Timothy Michael McKernan, Douglas Selvin, Vaughn, Jackson, Bennett, Burkett, a chair, an open door, and Chairman Kurt is on the other side of the restroom.
Yeah. Well, I saw him earlier. I'm sure he's doing fine. Well, here he is now to shut the door. Almost sounded like he locked it.
There's a little Post-it note. I don't know if the audience, the people who watch on YouTube can see there's a little Post-it note that says, "Do not lock the door." It's the only studio I've ever been that has that note. But it's the only studio I've ever been that has a lock.
Lock. Yeah, you think that's a security thing?
I just think this is obviously the biggest show in the building.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
And I think for security, I think that's why that's there.
Yeah, I put it there because one morning I came in, the door was locked to the studio. There's probably a really funny visual of me at like 5:30 in the morning with my credit card trying to slide up.
Oh,
and down.
really? So you're going to try to break into a frat room? That's how we get used to break into frat rooms. Doug Zizai chapter.
Same exact way.
Did it work?
No, because it's not.
Zizai chapter? No, it's off campus.
I think it's back though.
Oh, nice.
No, because it's the actual handle that locks, not the door proper. So I would need a pin, like something to actually get the lock in the door, and I didn't know how to do that. So we called the people in charge. They took care of that.
You would have a lock because they think people's going to come in and steal the equipment?
No idea.
Yeah, I wonder what that was about.
No idea, because none of the other studios have locks. But, you know, it's fine. It was easy enough to get taken care of.
All right.
Get involved on the program by calling in the Collier and Thompson phone line, 636-9004. TMA. Text in 314-881-TMA5. Email in for the Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email today, the morning after, at InsideSTL.com. And be a friend of the Feather, a real nice friend of the Feather. And speaking of friends of the Feather, Jake Reynolds leads things off in the YouTube chat, youtube.com/TMASTL. Morning, boys. Hope everyone had a great, safe weekend. Let's make it a great week of shows. Take care of yourselves so you can take care of others. Thanks for all your hard work.
That's a nice uplifting message for all of us.
That gets you in a good
A
headspace.
pat on the back, I think all of us needed. Okay, now I'm ready to go.
Nice. Jake
I
Reynolds.
don't think I was before. Morning, Mo. He's feeling better about things. Mo.
What happened?
Well, they took 2 out of 3 from the Braves. That's what happened.
Jordan Walden balloon party is on its way.
Okay.
Jordan Walden Balloon. Maybe that's what we should rename the program at 101.
In honor of
the
Jordan
Walden Balloon Party.
Middle-of-the-road reliever from
Most
10
people
years
say,
ago.
I remember the name vaguely.
Yeah, middle-of-the-road
Pitched here,
reliever.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah, short-lived.
Most relievers are.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't have to be that way. They can just extend those careers a little bit, avoid those arm injuries.
Who's the longest tenured reliever of the 21st century for the Cardinals?
Oh, for the Cardinals. Of the 21st century.
It might be Giovanni Gallegos.
Isringhausen, maybe?
5 years?
That'd be my guess.
That's probably about right. This doesn't have a long lifespan.
Jason Mott was here for a few years.
Yeah.
2010 to 2014. Then he joined the Cubs in 2015. Has my nurse checked that?
I think that's right. Those would be my guesses.
Yeah, that's probably about right. I feel like Gallegos has been on the team forever. I guess I could look that up.
Yeah.
But
Well, it's such an interesting topic. It just stopped us dead in the tracks 2 minutes into the show. Doggone it. And we were going to make this a better week.
Yeah, I was going to try to send an email and I couldn't get away with it. Could I? I got to be on point at all times.
We just got bogged down. I heard Mo and I thought, okay, we're transitioning to the Redbirds. And
if you want to talk about it, feel free.
Here they come. Here come the Redbirds. Could have won all 3 against the Choppers.
Choppers.
Alec Burleson now looks like a superstar.
he might have hit that home run 1,000 feet.
Yeah.
They said 435. You could have told me 500. I would have bought it.
He's the best guy on the team.
Certainly the best power hitter, no doubt.
He's winning their Triple Crown right now.
Yeah, he's outstanding.
Yeah. And who would have thought
Biscuit.
a year ago that we'd say, oh, yeah, the two best players on the Cardinals are Burleson and Wynn.
Mason Wynn, yeah.
What?
Yeah. And Paul Goldschmidt's hitting 7th.
Yeah.
I like that. I like realizing that, you know what? He might not have it anymore. Let's put him 7.
Yeah, I bet he didn't like it too much.
I don't know. He seems like a real team guy.
He does, but that would be a blow to anybody's ego.
Sure. But it would take a little pressure off you, you know.
Probably
Got me
so.
hitting 7,
Yeah.
so now it's time where I can just kind of lock in.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of worked. I mean, I don't know if that's results oriented, but he did hit a home run when they moved into 7th.
Yeah. Contreras is hitting. Arenado's getting it back.
Here they come.
Here come the Redbirds. Oh, so exciting. Well, they're firmly ensconced in the second wild card spot right now.
Yeah. Oh, right ahead of or right behind the Braves? Ahead of the Mets?
Just behind the Braves.
Right. Win the season series against the Braves, though.
Yeah. And, 5 back of the Brewers?
Here they come.
This club, I don't think there's any stopping this club.
Now, you're no longer on board with trading Helsley, though?
No, not now, because it looks like you're probably going to be a playoff team.
Yeah.
At least you're on pace to be a playoff team. I don't think I'd trade him now.
Yeah. But
Is this now a sports show? It's the Hunchback of Von
God.
Gassel, and he's not happy with it.
We're just kind of chopping it up on a Monday morning.
Well, Doug and Jackson were just filling time while I sent this email. That's
We're
all.
chopping
and I
things up.
appreciate it.
Yeah, we're just chopping it up.
Okay.
Doug, that shirt looks great.
Oh,
Yeah, you know what? That is a shirt. You know, yeah, you know what? That is a sharp shirt.
well, thanks.
What brand is it? I'm a brand guy. It's kind of my thing
Let's
at
check his
Bricktops.
tag.
I don't know.
Machine
I always
wash
check people's Bricktops brands.
and receipts.
I don't know. I have to get back to you on that. I could take it off right now and check, I guess.
Bad boy. What you gonna do?
I just don't know.
Nice haircut, though.
You got a haircut?
Yeah, that's
Well, last Thursday.
it's only a second show with it.
Okay.
Still a new haircut.
All right.
Where's the gluten-free girl? When's she coming back to play Slap and Tickle? That's from former fan page moderator Neil Allen, and his last name is Craig Paquette.
Okay.
She was good. We should get her more often.
All right. Doug's on vacation next week,
Yeah. She coming in then?
so I yield to the powers that be.
Okay.
I don't know. Wellington is on to Carnoustie this week.
No,
So I
it's
don't know
on
if
the
I don't know when
crazy.
they'll be back. I would imagine they don't get back like on Sunday night. You know what I mean?
Probably not. No.
It's not like playing the Braves. You know, just get to fly home.
Yeah.
That's right. Now to Pittsburgh, the Cardinals go.
That's right.
I'm looking forward to this series. I'm high on those Buccos. I couldn't believe the odds I got on the Pirates. I got a bet on the Cardinals to win the National League and the Cardinals to win the World Series because it was plus 5,000. I'm like, oh, what the hell? And the Pirates pay plus 10,000 to win the World Series and plus 8,000 to win the National League. I'm like, yeah, I kind of like that. They won 6 of 7. They lost yesterday.
Yeah, they'd won 6 straight.
Cardinals will get to see Paul Skeens on Tuesday night. Keller tonight. Martin Perez.
The way the Cardinals
Wednesday.
strike out, Skeens might strike out 25 of them. If Gorman plays, he'll strike out 6 times, even if he only has 3 at-bats.
That's the way it'll work.
It gets it counted for 2.
You know, he might hit a home run, but he will strike out every other at-bat.
Yeah, his numbers are crazy. In that sense.
I wonder if he might be the trade bait.
Ooh, that's a take.
You could get something for him, and you got Donovan, who's a far superior second baseman,
Call him Donnie.
Donnie, and a significant offensive threat. He's not going to hit the 35 home runs, but he'd do everything else better than Gorman. Everything else better.
Gorman is
You ready to sell that stock?
yeah.
I think
You're selling your Gorman stock.
if I could get a frontline pitcher, yeah.
He's just too streaky. Like when he's hot, he looks like the best power hitter in baseball, and when he's not, he's the worst strikeout player in all of baseball.
Think they're going to be doing a deal with the Pale Hose?
Is it Eric Freddy, the guy that they keep talking about?
Fetty.
Fetty?
Crochet.
Former Natitude.
Yeah. He's the one I saw mentioned as the guy the Cardinals have interest in.
Yeah, I saw Hockman wrote a piece about Fairbanks, Pete Fairbanks with Tampa.
He's their closer, right?
I'm also on vacation next week. Coincidence? I think not. Some Doug's prison wallet. Are you vacationing with Doug's prison wallet? That's what he's insinuating.
See you there, Wallet. It's our little secret. Or it was.
Yeah, now it's out.
You know.
What is a prison wallet?
Doug?
Your ass.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah. Prison wallet? It's where you
Well, don't say it like I should know.
Yeah.
I've never done time in the Gray Bar Hotel.
Really? I thought
I've never been in jail.
in like the Miami days.
No.
You were dodging the law.
No, not even close.
All right. Yeah, prison wallet would be your ass because that's where you could store things. Like, you don't necessarily have a wallet in prison. You're not allowed a lot of that stuff. So
What
you
could
hide.
you store there?
What do they call it? Contraband. Contraband.
Oh, I like that.
You store contraband up there.
Store it where?
In your ass, bro.
We're just in the slot?
Yeah, exactly. In the wallet.
Oh,
Gorman has zero value. It's from the 618.
That's not true.
that's not true at all. Second baseman who can hit you 30 home runs, that's zero value.
618, call in and expound. 636-9004 TMA. Chairman Curdy's staring at the phone bank.
I'm locked in on it.
Nice. Look at that.
Okay. I just hope that if you do trade him, that he doesn't become a 45 home run, 100 RBI, 270 hitter.
You know it's going to happen.
Probably. But, you just don't ever know, because who thought that Burleson would turn out to be this guy?
Some asshat telling you that he's always been on the Burley train.
I guess now, but, yeah, who would have thunk it? He looked like
It's a
just
hot
another
take
guy.
for the morning. Match that 101.
Yep.
He looked kind of like a
We
softball
posted our
player.
number now.
He looked like a softball player who's never going to be a really big-time major league player, but gosh, he is. He can play three positions pretty well, and he's a big-time hitter.
You know who's been raking? You might know this, Doug, because you're in the fantasy baseball league. And I'm usually pretty good about getting these guys before you seed buckets pick up on them. All due respect, though.
Can I have initials?
J. Why? J. Why?
J.Y. That'd be Juan Young,
No, not this year.
Joe Young, Jimmy Youngstown.
That'd be a great name.
Second letter, first name.
You.
June. Juan Yelipsky. Juan. Third letter, please.
A.
Juan. I've got Juan, haven't I?
You do. First
Juan.
word.
Okay, second letter, second name.
E.
E.
Juan Yespes.
Juan Yespes. Juan Yepes.
Yes.
Okay,
Waz Butt Drip Bungalow.
that was easy.
He was called up by Natitude and is 18 for 49 in the month of July with a home run and 6 RBIs and a 1,008, 1.008 to be specific, OPS.
He went through some stretches here where he was a very good hitter.
I think he was responsible for, they scored a run, I think, against the Phillies in that playoff series. I think he got it.
Yeah, all Juan Yepes.
Yeah.
When your only offense is coming from Juan Yepes, you can't really expect to win a lot of playoff series.
No. But he was kind of like a right-handed Burleson, where he just thought that, okay, this is a softball player. He's not going to be a very well-rounded player. And given enough opportunity, he blossoms.
Yeah, the Cardinals used to have.
But, I mean, it's not like the Nationals were super high on him. He was down there, and then he just got called up, and then he's been raking. Again, it's a 3-week sample size, so.
Yeah, but 49 at-bats and 18 hits ain't nothing to sneeze at.
It ain't. It sure ain't.
Yeah. The Cardinals used to have a lot of guys who looked like they play first base, but don't actually play first base. You still kind of have that.
That's kind of the game now. It's kind of the way it's
Yeah.
evolved.
Yeah, big thighs. Everyone's got big thighs.
Ooh.
Yeah, it is. It is hot.
You like a gentleman with big thighs?
It sends a message.
What message?
Well, you gotta want,
Tim likes that.
I like it a lot.
He's almost speechless.
Tyler O'Neill went yard a couple times. Speaking of big thighs and
he's got
buys,
big thighs.
15 of 53 in the month of July, 2 home runs, 801 OPS, 0 for 4 last night as Shohei Ohtani tried to match Alec Burleson and might have by going, I think Jorge Soler also hit a ball. It was in Colorado, so asterisk, but he went yard work. I think it's the longest home run of the year.
Solaires?
Yeah, I think.
I don't know that one that what's his name? Salvador Perez hit on the Cardinals.
Sally.
Yeah, that might have been the longest I've ever seen at Busch 3.
Yeah, that almost left the stadium.
That almost went on the Clark there.
Right.
That was hammered.
It was just to the right of that elevator shaft
Yeah.
up there.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly what it was.
Darn near. If anyone's ever going to hit one out, that's where you'd have
You got to
do
go to
it.
the shaft?
Just to the right of the shaft. Okay.
That was
Man.
red hot this morning.
Yeah, very hot. Hey, it is our 20th anniversary week, and celebrity guests will be calling in to...
Oh, they will.
I just won Ella Reese.
Like former employees?
Sure, absolutely. I'm sure Stedman wants to call in.
Well, that would make sense if Joe would call in.
I got to work on that then.
Maybe Willie.
636-9004-TMA. Call on in, and Doug has a celebrity lined up, and you booked Ella Reese.
I don't even know how to get in touch with
I
someone.
know. Well, KG No-Town's been trying, but
Okay.
she's a thief in the night is what she
Is
is.
she really?
Yeah.
They won't come back to me.
The Ella Reese people? She has people?
Or camp.
Well, she's doing movies for Mile High Media now, which I'm very...
Like, you like Mile High Media?
Is that out of,
Is that
out of
Peyton
Denver?
Manning?
It makes sense.
Peyton Manning's company?
I'm in good with most of those people. And they said, we'll try, and then they never get back to me.
Well, then you must not be in very good with them.
Well, I know who they are, and they know who I am.
Okay.
They lined up a bunch of my interviews at the AVNs.
Yeah. And now they've lost interest?
No, I guess they just don't care.
Yeah. There's probably not a whole lot of money in it for them.
You kidding me? Exposure they would get on this presentation?
Yeah, I'm sure they didn't put
Reese?
much effort into it.
No, they probably just said, yeah, we'll ask her, and then they never ask her. Well, that's disappointing.
All you can do is try.
So it'd be nice if this were Old Home Week and we heard from some of the old fellas.
Come on in. The water's warm.
Weezer,
Weezer. Call in.
non-gay.
Talk about barbecues. Text with the non-gay all the time.
Yeah. Well, the alumni class is strong.
Yeah.
It is a great alumni class.
Great guys.
And somebody work on it.
Nobody's going to work on it. It's just an idea we throw out, and then it never
Right.
gets acted upon.
Like our various business ideas.
Yeah. Still waiting on that. What is it? The
Fusion.
Puppet Amphitheater?
Fusion's going to go so
Fusion.
big for us, I think.
Tom Watson's about to catch a stray bullet. That's from glove blocker Tom Traven. I don't follow.
What would that mean?
Glove blocker's pretty good, but I don't know what he means by that. Why would Tom Watson catch a stray bullet?
Was Iggy about to say something about Tom
I
Watson?
don't know why, though. What would Tom Watson have done? I mean, 15 years ago, he nearly won the Open, but I don't know what else he's been doing. He's Rich Gould's favorite player.
Yeah.
Rich Gould said the only time he cried was when his daughters turned out to be daughters instead of sons, and when Tom Watson lost to Stuart Sink in 2009.
Really? Huh.
That's tough. It's
I don't
crazy
know what
that
he's got to do with anything here, glove blocker. And you're usually one of the. But I'm disappointed. I know the material's solid. I'm just not catching it.
it's kind of crazy that in 2009 it was Tom Watson versus Stuart Sink to win the Open.
15 years ago.
And
15
Waddy,
bills.
I think Waddy was 59 at the time.
That sounds right.
So he's 74 now.
It all sounds right. Mm-hmm. Mickelson won when he was 51 PGA at Kiowa.
I saw a video of Lee Trevino doing a golf tips the other day. At 82, he still looks like he's 50.
Is that right, really?
It sounds like he's 50. It's incredible.
Those shorter guys age real well.
Is that right? Nice.
like
That's
it.
good. That's good news for me.
I feel like it. Well, I mean, certainly your body would if you're not
Yeah.
6'8".
The people who live the longest tend to be small, but Lee Trevino's not a small little guy.
Well,
Oh, he's not?
He's
Seems like he's a short,
I thought he was
stout
short,
guy.
too.
I bet he's 5'10", 5'11", or so.
I'll take the under. I'll go 5'7".
Oh, I think he's bigger than
I think I'm going
that.
to take the over on Jackson and the under on Doug. So I'm in a sweet spot of 5'8", 5'9". That's a dangerous place.
I met him in Miami covering golf.
Ballroom dance?
I don't remember him as a short guy.
Yeah, but you were taller then.
I wasn't taller then. Maybe
Jackson wins.
quarter inch. How
5'7".
He's only 5'7"?
So I thought he was short.
Stunned by that.
No, I always wore that Band-Aid on his forearm.
No.
For many years, he wore a Band-Aid on his forearm.
Derek Chivas.
Well, somebody asked him, he said, because he had a tattoo or something of his ex-wife, and he didn't want to get the tattoo off, so he just covered it up with a Band-Aid.
Oh. I remember he almost got killed but when he was hit by lightning once playing. Almost killed him.
Was that right?
Really? Oh, God. That's,
It hit a pond right next to where he was.
ooh.
Jason in New Brunswick. What's up, Jason?
How
How you doing, Mike?
Good. What's happening?
Not much. Just called to say hi.
Good. What's on your mind?
No, I just wanted to say hi, that's all.
That's it? Okay.
Just check in.
Good. See ya.
Munganast, the sponsor of the 7 o'clock hour. StLouisAcura.com, AltonToyota.com, Jamie Burkhardt, Peter Munganast, and then Ryan Seiberg in the service department. Go online at StLouisAcura.com or AltonToyota.com to work with the absolute best. The official automotive provider of TMA and the Tim McKernan Show podcast, presenting sponsor of Balloon Party. It is Munganast, St. Louis Acura, Munganast, Burkhardt, Alton Toyota. Even if you didn't get your car from there, get it serviced there. Munganast, St. Louis Acura, Munganast, Burkhardt, Alton Toyota, and get yourself a brand new 2024 Acura MDX Premium by going to stlouisacura.com or altontoyota.com, and you get it for $589 a month with no money down. That's a brand new Acura MDX Premium. From Munganast, stlouisacura.com, altontoyota.com, let them know it's the TMA Loyal Listener Special. It's Munganast, St. Louis Acura, Munganast, Burkhardt, Alton Toyota. Jackson, do you know anything about Mark Hanna?
I know a lot about Mark Hanna because
Yeah, you do.
I work with him personally. I've had many a phone conversation with Mark Hanna. Talk with him in person at his office right there in Frontenac, in between Grassi's and the Shack. Real great spot to be, to be honest with you. Delicious food right by him. And you can get some delicious advice, not to mention you know that you have somebody in your corner. I think that's the most important thing, is that peace of mind you have when you know you have someone with your best interest at heart, helping you out with your financial future. It's so important to have a plan in place, and Mark Hanna can help you with that. What starts with a 15, 20-minute phone call to discuss your needs turns into having someone you can trust when you get on the phone with them. If you need to change your plan, if you have any questions about your plan, you can get on the phone with Mark Hanna. He loves talking to his clients because he's a world-class guy who knows how to convey his message. I personally love working with Mark Hanna. I think you will too. Call him today.
314-889-0503 or go online at evergreenstl.com to work with the great Mark Hanna of Evergreen Wealth Strategies. Jeff Lottman's online at JEFFLOTTMANN.com. And I am telling you, I am getting a lot of listings sent to me. I kind of thought it would slow down at this point.
Really?
But maybe people are going, you know what, I think there's going to be a rate cut here in about 6-7 weeks. And so let's get out ahead of it. Let's get out ahead of it. You know what? It's time. It's time, Sally. Let's sell the house.
Move.
That's right. And you can do that with somebody who's been doing it in St. Louis for 20 years with $500 million in sales. That's Jeff Lottman of Compass Realty. And Compass Realty has the Compass Concierge Service. And you sit there and you say, but Tim, what is Compass Concierge?
What is it?
Well, I'm going to tell you right now. With Compass Concierge, you can take your home buying or selling experience to the next level, whether you're preparing to sell or want to enhance your new space. Compass Concierge has you covered. No upfront costs. Need fresh paint, new carpet, light renovations, home staging? Compass Concierge has you covered. Unlock exclusive benefits. Get your home market ready without upfront costs. Increase your home's value hassle-free. Ready to elevate your real estate experience? Contact Jeff Lottman today with Compass Concierge and go to JEFFLOTTMANN.com. Yeah, JEFFLOTTMANN.com. That's Compass Realty, Jeff Lottman. Bring back Maddie!
Oh.
From the 314.
Okay.
Regarding Tom Watson, I thought Iggy was going to dovetail into him booking Tom Watson for the Fairways and Greens anniversary show akin to your upcoming anniversary. That's from Glove Blogger.
Oh.
Tom Traven, writes about
That's
love.
kind of a stretch.
Do you book Tom Watson for the Fairways and Greens?
No, I think he's probably talking about when it was our anniversary and they were playing. I forgot what they were playing, but I had the hotel number where they were all staying, and I said I'm just going to call a bunch of people in the hotel and see if they can wish us a happy anniversary.
Why not?
Nice.
Yeah.
And I got a bunch of people to do it, and then I got a hold of Tom Watson's room, and he goes, I don't do things like that. I can't believe you're bothering me about this.
And I thought he was the smiling redhead.
He
I
is.
said, well, you've been on the show a few times. I'm pretty sure you know Jay. Well, just to call me in my hotel. I said, this is just, I can't believe this is happening. I said, see you, Tom.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, wow.
He slammed the phone down.
Was that before or after he said something to you about smelling like darts?
It's probably before, because I probably remember that when he said that. And I ain't putting up with this guy again.
Oh. I've met him a few times. He was always a wonderful gentleman.
Yeah, and then I played golf in a tournament that his caddy, they were doing a tournament for his caddy. Because he had, God, what did he have? What did he die of?
Bruce Edwards died of ALS, if that's what you're speaking of.
Yeah. They're having a tournament for Bruce and ALS. And he took a picture with our foursome. Could have been nicer. Yeah, maybe just in a bad mood those 2 days. I don't know.
Yeah, you rubbed him the wrong way that day.
Well, the worst was Rick Roden.
Rick Roden taking
Roden,
shrapnel at
Pirates.
7:31. Yeah, former Pirate.
Pirates pitcher.
And we're high on the Pirates on the show.
Right.
I called Rick Roden's room, and Miss Roden said, yeah, hold on, I'm going to get him. And then Rick said, hello. I said, hey, Rick, Kenny Stroh from 5 Minute of the Fan. And his wife got back on the phone. She goes, I'm sorry, he had to leave. I said, what? He was just on the phone.
Yeah, where'd he go?
No, he's gone. I said, what, did he jump out the window? He was just on the phone 2 seconds ago.
Oh.
What happened?
He just bolted from you.
Yeah, it was the weirdest thing.
Did Iggy see the lesbian scene in House of the Dragon last night? We need Pepper and Jeannie to break these sods down. That's from the 314.
No spoilers. I didn't watch last night.
Yeah,
no
I didn't watch
spoilers.
last night either.
No spoilers.
I might watch now, though.
I'm catching up on the episode before. So I'll watch episode 5 tonight, but no, I didn't see it. And I don't know anybody in that show I've seen so far that I'd like to see have a lesbian scene.
So is that right, really?
Yeah.
It's rough.
Really?
Oh, gosh.
Jackson, you find some people attractive on...
Rhaenyra?
What about Rhaenyra, Doug?
How about the
I don't know
RC?
who any of these people are.
You ever been to Mount... Is it Mount Rainier? Mount
Rainier?
Rainier?
No, I've not been there.
It looks beautiful.
Seen it.
Yeah, the young Rhaenyra before they changed actors in mid-season.
They changed actors on the...
Yeah, because it went from like she was like 18 to like 36.
Well,
the
she's supposed to
span
be
of one
like 14
episode.
in the show.
Pardon me?
She's supposed to be like 14 in the show.
Yeah, but she went from like 14 to like 35.
They did that with Mrs. Huxtable, too. 2 different Claire Huxtables. Remember that?
Yeah.
Felicia Rashad? No, that was Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, maybe. I'm getting
They
confused. They're 2
changed Aunt
moms.
Viv like,
Aunt Viv.
like 3 times.
Really? There were 3 different Aunt Vivs?
I think
Were there 3 Aunt Vivs
I
on
don't
Fresh?
know how many.
I think there were 3 Aunt Vivs, at least 2.
Okay.
I just know that
There were 2 Darren Stevens in Bewitched.
Is that right?
Yeah. Dick
Yeah.
York and Dick Sargent.
Dick Sargent and Dick York.
2 Willie Mays Hayes in Major League. Wesley Snipe and then Mike Epps.
Really?
Think about that.
Okay.
Yeah, this show's taking way too long to have any action.
Oh, I think it's been outstanding. I'm a big Hot D fan.
You like that Hot D, boy?
Who's
Love
Hot
that
D?
Hot D. House of the Dragon.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, it's compared to Game of Thrones, every week there was action in Game of Thrones. I mean, there's been 2 dragon scenes in a season and a half.
You like dragon scenes, do you?
Well, the whole it's called House of the Dragon. Not getting much dragon action.
So these are dragons that fly and spray fire on people? And that's what y'all are watching?
Well, it's more, I think, the political elements and like the more behind the scenes, like the way that they work. It's very similar to Game of Thrones.
The way dragons work?
No, like the it's hard. The
You know,
politics
they don't
behind-
work at all.
Thank you.
Yeah, how long is Damien going to stay in the...
All right, we don't want to. Let's not get into spoilers where people.
It's not a spoiler, but how long is he going to stay in that other castle trying to
Harrenhal?
recruit people?
Just
He's been there for four episodes.
be patient.
No.
Hasn't done anything.
It's harder to recruit people than it was for you to get Tom Watson to get on the phone.
Hey, who won the Munganess Daily Fantasy Sports Showdown?
Well, let's fire
Not
that
me.
up, Tim. Find out.
I had 2 missed cuts. I don't think anybody in the top 30.
Nobody had X-Man. I can tell you
Oh,
that.
no.
The X-Man cometh.
But Doug for sure had Scotty Chef.
How'd he do?
T10, right?
Yeah. Let's see. My content.
Doug, he had problems rolling the rock. Did you know anything with his putting stroke?
Well, he just had problems. He had problems with the rock and rolling it.
Iggy had, unfortunately, former winner of the Open, Cam Smith, did not make the cut for Iggy, nor did Tony Finau. Where he be now?
Yeah, he shot 83 on Friday to miss the cut.
Ouch.
Clock was
Iggy's
up.
best player was Colin Morikawa, who finished T16, but he only finishes with 205 in the hay. Doug, anchored by Scotty Scheffler, finished tied for 7th, as well as having Cam Young. The bastard Sepp Straka finished T22.
Oh.
South the Gala cut, but Doug finishes 268 and a half and takes the Open Championship.
Wow. Congratulations. What's it like to hold up this claret jug?
It's not about me, Tim. It's about the children. How much did they get, Jackson?
Nothing.
Oh,
Yeah,
Negative 10.
$260 ain't gonna 260 points not gonna get you many points.
so the children owe us?
Yeah, they'll be
$10?
billed. They'll be billed.
Okay.
The billing process.
That hurts. That hurts when you're hungry.
What
and
were
homeless.
who won the majors this year when it's all said and done?
Iggy took the Masties. Then Doug took the PGA. Iggy took the U.S. Open, and Doug just took the Open. So split on the majors.
All right.
If X-Man wins, Doug wins. That's kind of the model.
Kind of proves my point. 50-50.
Yeah.
Random is just as good as...
Even on the
Figure it
year. So, yeah.
Not many left.
What?
Not many tournaments left this year.
I think they have that wraparound season, but And nobody caring about that. No, I don't care about the FedEx thing. I thought yesterday was kind of just blah. I don't really remember anything about the Masters outside of Scheffler winning.
Morikawa win the water on what else?
But I mean, we had an incredible U.S. Open. PGA was exciting, but I didn't think it was great, like golf, as far as the course just not being challenging. And then yesterday was just blah. You know, I thought. I mean, if other people enjoyed it, God bless.
Other than, when the lead was still 4 under or 5 under, and Scheffler got to 4 under, and I think there were 5 guys within a shot of the lead, and then Scheffler decides to 4-jack.
He decided?
Yeah, that was pretty much over for
Conscious
him.
decision.
Then, bogeys here, bogeys there, and, Schauffele just doing what he does, don't make any mistakes.
Well, he also had like 6 birdies, I think.
Yeah, but he just didn't. You didn't think there was going to be a bogey or double bogey coming out. It was just, greens in regulation where I think he hit 16 of 18.
He's losing to a guy picking out of a box!
Yeah.
That's from Denny P. And he has a message board or something?
Yeah, that's happened a few times. He's beaten me, so what's your point? It's been going on for 3 years. I think we know what he does.
Doug, we know what you do.
Well, I'm not trying to hide it or anything. Everyone sees I just blindly pull names out of a box. And it works just as well as doing research.
Not really.
Well, it does. We've proven that. For 3 years, we've proven that.
I'm beating you after 3
No,
years.
you're not.
If I'm beating you by 1, then I'm better than you.
I'm not sure you are. It's about even.
It's tied right now.
After 3 years?
That I can't speak to, but this year. I mean, I feel like 26
I
tournaments
think
is
the
a pretty
first
good
year, I
sample
think I
size.
won by 1. This year we're tied. I think last year I won by 4 or 5.
I don't know. You're making that up.
Now, Swope will let us know.
Okay.
It also didn't help this, for the Open this week, that it was like the nicest weather weekend in St. Louis in mid-July, like ever.
Oh, glorious.
So like sitting inside and watching golf didn't feel as good.
Yeah, but it's in the morning. Although yesterday was in the morning, I guess Saturday was in the afternoon.
Yeah, right.
I spent most of the day inside painting a bathroom. Yes, I paint myself because I went to public high school.
Good for you for acknowledging
And
that.
I got the whole thing painted and realized that's not what I wanted. That's semi-gloss. I needed satin. I got to repaint it again.
No!
Yes. It's
Where's
too
John
bright.
Vaughn?
It's too bright. He's in the Wentzville territories. On the prairie.
Can't contact him.
Just get some sandpaper. Just
It doesn't work that way.
dull it a little bit.
Doesn't work that way.
My stepdad and I used to paint each other's chest.
I didn't paint anybody's chest. I got some paint on me, but not on my chest.
Really? On your thigh?
None on my thigh.
So you painted the whole bathroom and then realized afterwards that you didn't like it?
Well, I kept thinking when it dries, it's going to look a little, maybe not quite so bright, but it's...
What color? Fuchsia?
I was painting it. It was kind of a beige over a darker gray, so it's going to take 2 coats anyway. So the second coat will be the paint that I want, I guess. But it's just too much work.
Making 6 birdies is apparently playing to just not make mistakes. Nice analysis. That's from Mr. Licks. He's active this morning now.
Yeah, it is.
That's pretty good. 6 birdies.
Yeah, it was good. But you knew he was, by watching him play, he wasn't going to hit one in the hay and make double or triple bogey.
Well, none of them want to do that. None of them
But
plan
almost
to
all
do
of them
that.
did. He didn't.
Yeah. It was accurate.
I mean, you can tell when he's on his game. I mean, normally Schauffele's a guy that's going to make 2 birdies and a bogey. I mean, he's just, if you look at his first 3 rounds, I mean, God, does this guy ever make birdies? He just sticks around, and then he pulls up a 65 and see ya.
Oh, he's won 2 majors now, so he's got something going on.
Yeah, he was the guy that, will he ever win a major? He usually throws them away in the final round, and here we go, 2 in 1 year.
Yeah, you have your breakthrough. Mickelson was the same thing 20 years ago. And then, Doug, off he goes.
Yeah.
The Kansas City Sads attacked St. Louis all weekend on Twitter after the Doggies draw in Kansas, and I'm tired of it. That's from the 314. What was going on Twitter? Is anybody aware of this?
I didn't know.
No.
I didn't know they played over the weekend.
With everything else that was going on, I didn't pay a whole lot of attention to the soccer.
Wow, that was very dismissive. You don't respect City Red?
Well,
They were playing Sporting KC.
Yeah, the rivalry.
The Gabe Bowl.
There was a rather major news story yesterday, and I was painting. So that had my attention.
But were you, like, angry with the Kansas City people?
I wasn't at all, no.
What did you tweet at them?
I didn't tweet a darn thing. I don't remember the last time I tweeted anything.
What's there to be mad about? Nobody won.
Jackson
nobody
says
lost.
my Twitter account's a gift depot.
Yeah. Yep. Just something pops up. Tim's got a gift for it.
Oh,
That's right.
I don't understand in 2024, with all the technology we have, why is it every year the British Open telecast just sucks?
We're back.
No one is more critical of golf media than you.
don't tell me Mike
Well, I mean,
Tirico was there.
if you want to break down Sporting KC, and it,
Doug, go ahead. You liked.
I'm not mad at the topic. It's just it seems like pretty consistent that you have a beef with golf.
no, not even that. Not even the announcers. It was the broadcast itself. Do you not have a towel? Wipe the lens off.
Oh,
Every shot was you couldn't see it.
really?
And then every year it can be beautiful weather. For some reason in Scotland, they can't pick up a shot. It's on the left side of the fairway, and then there's a wide shot. Nobody even knows where the ball is. They're in the hay, and here's it.
Oh, no.
I mean, how difficult is it to pick up a shot in England, Scotland, Ireland, whatever?
I imagine doing golf is probably the hardest of all the sports to do because of just the things you mentioned. The weather, you're not sure where the ball's going. Football, soccer, baseball, you know pretty much where the ball's going to go. Basketball's a piece of cake. You're outdoors, you're not indoors. Things you can't control. You got to have cameras everywhere over a huge area.
Well, they do.
It's the hardest darn thing
Guess
of
not
all
the
the
British
sports.
Open. They don't. Let's don't bring everybody this week. Scotland, you guys stay home. Because they can never find a ball. Even in the fairway, they can't
and
find
on a major,
ball.
you probably got a guy on every hole, right? They got every hole covered. All it takes is one or two guys who aren't very good, and you miss a big shot.
Yeah, I know it was raining, but doesn't your cameraman have a towel? All right, we're going to shot for a 13th hole. Wipe off the camera before you get to it. It was nothing but raindrops.
Gosh.
It was terrible.
Well, all right. I'm sure they had some obstacles to try to deal with.
And a lot of Tirico. So.
Was he there? That upset you?
No.
Don't ruin this bit for Ken, Doug. He's been workshopping it all week, and that's from Brian Henson. This is a bit, or is this a sketch?
I've been working it all weekend. You're talking about the British Open, and I just know that
Kind of a rant
watching it Saturday was no fun.
because of the raindrops.
Yes.
Do you think you could go over there and tell them how to cover it properly?
You would think you would know. After 15 straight shots of the camera with water on it.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, can somebody wipe that off before we go to the next shot? Nope, there it is. You don't even know who was hitting. Why even use the camera? You couldn't see.
I don't know. I don't have that answer. Huh.
Anyway, it's just...
Well, between what Tom Watson did to you and now this raindrops on the camera lens, you're hopping mad.
And it's for a major. It just wasn't very exciting.
Okay. Well, it had to be better than painting that bathroom, which is going to have to get painted again.
I don't know. Maybe come over and help you paint.
Deke Dillon was asking you if there was a log of peeking at you while you were painting those walls.
There was not. No. No, there wasn't.
Log a peeking. What's that text inbox name?
I do agree with Shane Lowry, though. He was upset after Saturday's round.
Oh, gosh.
I mean,
It's like when Doug was ranking best goalies.
He probably shot 77. That's why he was upset. But he made a point. He said they knew it was going to be raining. They knew the winds were going to be howling. Why didn't they move the tees up?
I don't know.
There were two par fours you couldn't even get to.
Let's get over it.
Two par fours you couldn't get 2 and 2. Hitting driver 3-wood, you couldn't get to the green.
Okay.
There was a couple of holes they barely got to the fairway, and it was 235 yards at the fairway. They barely got to the fairway. He just said, "Why didn't they move the tees up? This is embarrassing." And I agree with him.
You're embarrassed by that?
Well, a PGA professional can't get to a green in 2 on a par 4?
They can't hit a ball 230 yards as a PGA professional?
Not with the wind the way it was.
The Hawk.
Okay.
There was one hole they were almost driving the day before, and then on Saturday they could barely get to the fairway.
All right.
So they probably should have moved the tees up.
God, I'm tired of this story.
Okay, well, here's another
Joe
one.
Buck is not on.
And I don't know what to do about this.
Back to Casey Armstrong.
Casey Armstrong.
What happened with what was going on Twitter? Was this like a big thing? It was just
With like Kansas City fans?
I guess, yeah.
I didn't
You're not
see,
aware?
I didn't see anything. I've kind of rationed out my Twitter use recently.
Rationed it?
Yeah. Like only when I'm really bored do I go read it.
So like you enjoy it so much you feel like you're getting addicted?
Yeah, so yeah, I'm trying. Yeah, I gotta pace myself because I love it so much. Yeah, No, I didn't see. And also, like at this point, like with the City season, I'm kind of checked out, considering that they're. Apologies for being crass, but I'm being honest here. Hot garbage.
Oh,
Wow.
And so
but there's still a lot of news that's broken on there.
I'm not talking about Twitter. I'm talking about City. I'm talking about the dogs.
Okay.
I'm just kind of out on the season,
All right.
and so I mean, if someone like I'll go to a game, but you're not going to catch me like locked into every single game, especially on a Saturday night.
Okay.
Better things to do, honestly.
Doug, Lane KC tweeted, I say this 100% seriousness. I would not be upset if the entire city of St. Louis burned to the effing ground. LMAO. Those Fs don't deserve S.
That's
what?
mean.
Like to survive? That's a weird thing to tweet.
Now, could that get you blocked on that site?
Probably, yeah.
Crap tweeted that's 1 billion times worse than that.
No doubt, but
Unless this is like a, I don't know. I'm not familiar with Lane KC's account, Doug.
No, I'm not either.
Do you follow Lane KC?
I don't. I'm going to now, just so I can be really mad.
some guy named Lane.
Well, speaking of burning down, that leads me to the little problem I had this morning. About 6:30, I'm getting ready to come in here, and the fire alarm goes off in the house.
Oh, no.
Fire,
Oh, no.
fire, screeching noises, screeching siren, fire, fire, fire. Oh, God. So I go all over the house. There's no fire. The alarm goes off by itself. So what's that issue?
So it
Is
just
that-
randomly went off?
Yeah.
Oh,
Is that
yeah.
a bad alarm?
Sometimes like it'll screech when the battery's dying, but that's like a chirp
Yeah, you
every
just get the
40
chirp.
seconds.
Right.
Boy, it's annoying.
Oh, brutal.
Yeah.
Boy, when that goes, that puts me in a bad place mentally.
and you can't figure out which one's chirping.
Oh,
that
my
sucks.
God.
Oh, that sucks.
But I don't know if I got a fire behind the walls or if I got nothing, just one bad battery or what.
Yeah. You might need to
Fire, fire, it screamed.
you might need to get a technician out there and take a look.
What sort of technician?
Fire technician?
Get a fire technician. I thought if you call the fire department, will they come out and take a look around?
Probably begrudgingly. They're like, hey, look at money bags.
Charge you $500?
Yeah, sick Barnoff guy. You can't do this.
Yeah,
your
that's
own
right.
self.
You do know Barnoff.
Yeah, boy, that hay starts to go up.
Here you
I really
go.
got a
Doug,
blaze.
call EDF Group. I'll save you. That's from the recovering alcoholic from Belleville and Oyster Groves, the sponsor of the. There you go.
I bet you wish you had those mittens with you when that was going off.
Yeah.
Gosh, I
there you
did,
go.
yeah.
So that's what you do. You
Okay.
talk to the EDF Group. Boom. That knocked that out.
All right, sure did.
Tied right into a sponsor,
Yeah.
too.
I thought first I had to change all the batteries maybe on the
That probably is a good
alarms.
start. Yeah.
So
So
I
they're taking
gotta-
D batteries?
No, they take 9 volt, I think.
Ooh, fancy.
I think so, maybe not.
Big house, big
9
fires,
volt.
big batteries.
What?
9 volt.
The old ones did. Some of the new ones take it.
You got a smoke detector that talks to you?
Yeah.
Nice.
Iggy just set his shoe on fire. And the alarm did not go off in the station. And yet it's going off in my house.
Wow. Can't figure out which smoke detector is going off. Multiple smoke detectors, so unrelatable. Mr. Square Footage, that's from Big Ten Talty.
Mr. Square Footage.
That's you.
So you got to have one in each, I think it's code even. For newer houses, you got to have one in each bedroom.
Okay, so you have 8 total fire alarms,
8 to 10.
depending if you count the basement rooms.
I've got 2. I've taken the batteries out of both.
It's a good idea. Isn't it easier just to replace the batteries?
No, I took it out. I was tired of it going off.
That's because the batteries are dead. Or
No,
low.
it would go off for no reason at all, and I would cook. There'd be no smoke at all on what I'm cooking, and it would just beep, beep, beep. What? I'm boiling a pot of water. That's not smoke. Beep, beep, beep. I was hell with this. I just took the battery out.
Even Mizzou fan accounts took shots. Even a Mizzou account took shots at the 314. Jackson, what
Yeah.
account is this?
Tamar Bates burner, it looks like.
Doug, Tamar Bates burner, do you follow that? And
No,
he-
it's another one I
He
don't.
tweeted, we can all agree Kansas City is better than St. Louis, right?
I'm about had it with Mizzou fan accounts.
Have you had that?
It's so dumb.
Yeah.
It's like Tiger nationalism. Like
Not very happy with the SEC preseason vote on Friday,
that was
Doug.
red
That was
meat for them. Just some guys saying that they're going to finish 6th, which in all likelihood, like. Well, I mean, if you had to bet, if you were to bet, would you bet more money on them finishing 5 through 6 more than 2 through 3? I would. If I were to bet, I'm hopeful for more. But Mizzou fan accounts are just it's tiger nationalism is how I describe it.
Tiger nationalism, Doug.
Yeah, it's like if it's against Missouri, it's taken as like a personal shot, and everything Mizzou does is great, and they can't ever be wrong, and it's really brutal.
Both St. Louis and Kansas City's soccer teams suck ass. No one cares to hear a 20 handicap criticize the golf conditions across the pond, and the Fats and Sads are still wildly speculating why there was a Twitter girl on the show last week while also wanting her back on the show this week. That's from Carlos Spicer-Wiener.
Okay.
That's kind of his update. It's his weekend recap.
The Fats and the Sads. Oh, mercy. Would you say Kansas City is better than St. Louis now, though, Jackson?
Would I?
Oh, my God.
No, but they're both just Midwest towns who kind of do the same exact thing with the same exact people, if we're being honest. Like, what's the big difference?
They seem to be trending in opposite directions, though.
You can, like, the city itself, like, the infrastructure might be different, but the people who live there, what's the difference? They were just born on the other side of the state.
Yeah.
We all end up in Columbia anyways.
Mm-hmm.
The hell's the difference? This rivalry's weird.
You don't know a difference between Kansas City and St. Louis?
Like, if someone told me they're from Kansas City or St. Louis, it would make no difference to me. Like, what do I care?
No. Well, I'm not saying we care.
They
I'm
have
just saying-
fountains. We have a 600-foot piece of steel.
630 feet.
636.
Thank you, Doug.
30.
All the way to the
630?
top,
Yeah, you're
Russ. Can we go up in it, Dad? No.
Kids, are you noticing all this plate?
Just as wide at the bottom as it is high.
I do like that fact.
How much of a loser do you have to be to spend any time on Twitter? Why do people care about this ass? That's from the redheaded stepson.
Gosh. Is the one that was beaten all the time?
So, I love Mizzou guy. Thinks that they're now a blue blood after a 10-win season after sucking for a decade. Peak lack of self-awareness. That's from the Hunchback of On Castle.
So they were picked to finish sixth.
Sixth in the SEC.
SEC Media Days, they got
When you can get to 5 really good teams pretty easily between
like
Georgia and
sixth in the
Alabama.
SEC is like top 15 in the country. You know, it's not like being
It could
sixth in
be,
the
yeah.
Big 12 or the newly functioned ACC and Big 10. I was playing, obviously, college football 25. I was
Doug,
playing
just
that.
for the record, real quick,
brother.
Jackson. Georgia, Texas, Alabama, Hotty Toddy, LSU, then Missouri, Tennessee, Oklahoma, A&M, War Eagle, Kentucky, Florida. Can you imagine what it's like in Florida to be picked 12th? Then you get to some of your usual suspects, South Carolina, Arkansas, Mississippi State, Vanderbilt. The great news for Missouri is they play 13, 14, 15, 16. They don't play anybody ranked higher than themselves outside of Alabama. And the kind of the coin flip games of Oklahoma and A&M, they're 8 and 9. And War Eagle is 10, and they come to Columbia. So there you go. Although, if you were to look at the preseason rankings last year, I believe Missouri was picked to finish 5th in the SEC East. This stuff means nothing.
Yeah.
Or you can take it as a personal affront and argue with strangers online on a beautiful weekend. What you want to do with your time does not impact us.
No.
And what we are is pro-human nature. We don't
are.
kink shame.
Yeah.
And some people like some things, and some people like other things.
Yeah.
I did see where they only had one player on any of the top 3 preseason teams, first, second, third team.
Yeah,
That's correct.
that
Luther
was a
Burden was a
questionable.
wide receiver on the first team. Nobody else made any of the teams.
Who do you think should have been on there?
Probably Theo Weiss. I think Theo Weiss is due to have another, or to have a really good year. Maybe Brady, let him cook.
Yeah, I would have thought maybe he could have been third team at least.
I think people are going to be surprised about Marcus Carroll. I think he can really play. I think he really tote the rock.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But ultimately, it's just red meat for people who are bored.
Arguing whether St. Louis or Kansas City is a better city is like arguing if Howie Dorough or Chris Kirkpatrick is a better boy band member. They both suck!
Oh, come
So
on.
Mr. Licks.
Gosh. Oh, my. He
I
really-
apologize if this is offensive to KG. Why would that be offensive to KG in O-Town?
I'm a big instinct guy.
Oh.
I'll take Kirkpatrick all day.
Would you?
He's a little old to be in that group, though.
How old was he?
I think he's in his 50s now.
I think the
Aren't
rest
they
of the
all that
guys
old?
were in their early 20s, and he was around 30 at the time.
Seemed old back then.
And what did he bring to the table?
Symmetry.
Nice.
Like
How
facial,
so?
like
Trust
facial.
me, I'd love to have symmetry.
Yeah, like facial symmetry.
No, just I think boy groups are best when there's 5, so there can be a front man and then 2 on each side.
Gotcha.
Timberlake was the front guy, and then you could put the backup guys on either side.
Sometimes if there's a band member that doesn't seem to belong, he might be the one writing all the songs and the one with,
it's a nice read.
with all the talent.
It's a nice read.
Could be the case.
Yeah.
I was a little too young for the boy band craze of like the 90s. Did I miss out on a lot there?
I would argue yes, but that's just me.
Yeah, like the Backstreet Boys. Too young for that.
So aren't you disappointed that you weren't born a little earlier?
No. Can't really control that.
He had a hog. That's from Ray King.
I always just figured he was buying the guys alcohol.
Jackson hates fan accounts. He's a walking NBA fan account. That's from the Crystal City Clam Hammer.
Good text. No, I wouldn't say that. Just a fan. Boy, people take a lot. You give them an inch. I just don't like Mizzou fan accounts. Like, I'm a huge Mizzou fan, but I'm not blind. It's like the same people that called us clowns when, like, Iggy said he hopes Mizzou loses to Vandy. It's like, relax, all right? Bigger things. Bigger fish to fry. Just focus. It's like people tweeting STP after the preseason ranking came out. I'm like, what do you have to prove? Let the boys cook.
Yeah.
We'll see in December.
What is that? Is that? I thought Minwoo Lee started that. Let him cook.
No.
Minwoo Lee started.
I'm lost right now.
That's his catchphrase. Let him cook.
Minwoo Lee's catchphrase is "Let him cook."
That's been going on. That's like James Harden era with the Rockets.
What does that even mean? Let him cook.
It's about Minwoo Lee.
I thought Minwoo Lee started it.
No.
But what does it mean?
I don't know what it means. It just says
Let him cook.
We're getting ready to start. Let him cook.
Yeah, like it's what you say to someone when they're like out of nowhere, someone starts going off in a game. You know, oh my God, let him cook.
Yeah, I thought he started it.
No.
On Saturday night, I was at Lambert, Terminal 2, and I overheard someone say, "They seriously only have 2 baggage claims? This city sucks!"
Hey,
It's
come
the
on.
Hunchback of Vaughan Castle.
That was Southwest Terminal, no doubt.
Yeah.
But it's easy to get it. Easy to get your luggage and get out of there.
It's a forgotten.
as long as you're patient.
Yeah.
It's a forgotten city.
Uh-oh.
Like Machu Picchu?
Mm-hmm.
Stones are in town. They play St. Louis. Nope, we're going to play Branson.
Well, they did like last year, didn't they?
They played the Dome in like 22.
I thought that was 3 or 4 years ago. But still, they're doing another tour, and we don't want to go to St. Louis. How about this place in Branson?
That was odd, but I'd be like, if they're going there, they're not also hitting like other massive cities, are they? I mean, this is probably their 20th tour ever, so.
Branson have a place where they could put 60,000 people.
Some new
some
thing.
outdoor theater.
Yeah.
Ridgedale.
Yeah. Some
Samantha Fish opened for him.
How about that, Doug?
That would explain why they went there. Probably got in some good golf. Probably went to see the Bald Novels.
Keith Richards is down to like a 4, I think. He's playing well.
Yeah.
He went to see, who's the violin player?
So Taguchi.
So Taguchi.
That's correct.
Sochi.
Yeah.
TJ Oshie
Yeah,
made a lot of money.
TJ Oshie has a theater down there.
Well, he was big in Sochi, wasn't he?
I'd never heard of the place.
Branson?
I saw some pictures. It's just the name of what Tim just said.
Ridgedale.
I think it's like
Ridgedale.
Rolling
I
the
never heard.
Thunder Arena or something.
Yeah, it looked like an outdoor. I don't know how many seats,
No.
but
It's a great move by the people down there to build some huge amphitheater to bring in acts like that.
I don't know where they're getting their crowd from.
People come from all over the Midwest to go
St.
to
Louis and
Branson.
Kansas City, probably. There's not a lot of people in Branson who are going to Branson. Hey, the Stones are in town. Let's leave the Fudge Factory and go see the Stones.
Fudge Factory. They do more than just a fudgery. Branson packs them in. Might not be your thing, but they pack in a lot of tourists.
No, it's not my thing.
You're a little more cosmopolitan.
I lived 45 minutes from there for 3 years and never went. I played Branson Creek. I'll take that back. I played golf there.
Okay. All right.
I've never jerked in a Playboy.
Oh, gosh.
Samantha Fish opened. Samantha Fish has blown up since I interviewed her.
You think that was the reason why?
She really was, playing places that are drawing 1,500, 2,000 people. And I interviewed her, and she's in Guitar Magazine now. She's opening for the Stones. She's selling out venues of 10,000 people.
Because of the boost you gave her career?
I think so.
That's awesome.
No, you're serious? You're serious with that?
You be the judge.
I report, you decide.
Hey, Hey guys, what the hell's going on right now on the show? It's like name ad lib. That's from the Little Dutch Boy. He's a tiny little Dutch boy. You think he's from Dutch Town? Where was that? St. John the Baptist? Was that St. John the Baptist parish?
I think so. Dutchtown is what, a little east of like the Ted Drews area, isn't it?
I think that's correct.
A little west of St. Louis Hills.
Is there a windmill?
I don't think there's a windmill.
Bevo Mill.
Bevo Mill, but that's not Dutchtown, is
Would that
it?
be German?
Well, when they built it was, but now it's the Bosnian area.
Got it.
I'm going to Table Rock on Tuesday, meeting a couple tatted up emos. Gonna run a train on my wife on Tri-Tune.
That was a tritune.
He's meeting up with a couple of tatted up emos.
But he spelled emos capitalized EMOS, like it's standing for something. And now I'm curious of what that could be, and I'm not sure I want to look
Yeah,
it
did
up.
we just violate an FCC regulation?
Well, I think if you abbreviate it like that.
Emo stands for emotional? Is that what
But
it is?
like
You kind of you're kind of born after that thing went on.
the emo thing, yeah, I guess like the last vestige of it was like Blink 182 a little bit, or
Oh, Pete Wentz.
like Fall Out Boy or Green Day a little bit. Yeah, that was still like when I
I
was.
think Green Day was. I don't know,
that was like mainstream emo.
but I mean they came out in '94. I mean that's when they hit.
But
in
American
94.
Idiot was like 04 maybe. That
Emo,
was huge.
I don't know. That was a time.
What do the emos stand for? Are they protesting something?
Existence, it seems.
Are they mad about something, or is it just a little club where they all wear the same stuff and try to look the same?
I don't know. I put a lot into. It feels like an American Beauty complex kind of thing.
American Beauty Complex. What does that mean?
Bored by suburban life.
Like the film from 1999.
Yeah, like the monotony of life.
Wes Bentley.
The monotony of like standard American suburban life.
Yeah,
So you
they're
rebel a little.
They're kind of like Outcast.
Andre 3000.
Yeah.
3 Sticks.
Big boy.
Yeah.
St. Louis is current Iggy. Kansas City is Bermuda Iggy. That's from Chairman Stephen Wildwood. Doug, was that mean? That's like a poem.
What was that again?
St. Louis is current Iggy. Kansas City is Bermuda Iggy. Chairman Stephen Wildwood.
Don't know what that means.
Doug, what does that mean?
I think he's saying Kansas City seems like it's on the upswing. It's a younger, hipper place than St. Louis is right now. And now you've kind of settled into old, falling apart St. Louis in your retirement years.
I mean, relatively. Do you think people in New York are like, man, well, that's going on in Kansas City?
No, but in this part of the area, in the Midwest, I think Kansas City's considered kind of an up and coming, happening type of place right now.
Yeah, isn't a population more in Kansas City now?
The city limits, maybe, but not the whole area.
It's growing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I like Kansas City. I don't know if I'd rather live there than here. Either way, 6 of one, half dozen of the other.
Well, it just seems like you were meant to live down in the Hito region.
Where?
Hito region. Doesn't it?
No. I got another email from them. Hey, it's Swingers Month. It's every month is Swingers Month.
So that upset you too. How mad would you be if you went down there for Swingers Month and Mike Tirico was down there?
Hey, everybody, we're at Hito calling the Swingers Convention. Who's in the booth with me this week? Somebody different, I'm sure.
Probably one of those couples.
No, he's on his way to Paris. He'll be all over the Olympics.
Yeah, it's a big NBC property.
Maybe you could go down there and do your own little Hito show where you interview some of the people that are there and talk swinging and everything and put it on YouTube and come up with a YouTube TV show that Hito would love and allow you to spend lots of time down
I'm
there.
sure they already have one of those.
No.
There goes that idea.
Yeah.
Doggy season ticket holder says north of Holly Hills and St. Mary's, Jesus F. Tri-Tune is a major Hoosier flex. That's Doggy season ticket holder in the YouTube chat.
Tri-Tune is a major Hoosier flex.
It's the Doggy season ticket holder. I got a defense, Doggies defense.
I do
t-shirt.
like that shirt a
Defense,
lot.
Doggies, defense. TMASTLshop.com, Doug. You can get it.
Okay. The Somali pirates finally coughed up the merchandise. Well, this was here before the pirates got their hands on it.
Bill Bixson said he's sending out the Holderness and Bourne shirts on Wednesday.
Oh, nice.
Sending them where?
To the people who ordered them.
Oh.
I was going to do the higher pitch. Harmony.
Okay.
Any other questions on the
Nice to get
Pirates?
those shirts.
No, I don't know if he was sending them out to get embroidered or sending them to the people that ordered them.
They're going out on Wednesday.
Yeah. 'Cause I know I was asked my shirt size. I don't know what that was about.
Probably trying to figure out what size shirt you wore.
Yeah, for what?
How do you think through these questions quickly?
Well, my point was I was asked 3 months ago what my shirt size was. I haven't
Who
seen
asked you?
anything. I think KG sent an email to all of us, didn't he?
What is your size,
text.
boy?
Well, we got T-shirts for the 20th
Chairman, why did
anniversary.
you do that? What were you up to?
20th anniversary shirt, right?
Yeah, those were for the 20th shirts.
Oh, I thought they were for the new shirts.
They're new. Those are new shirts.
Well, I mean the Holderness and Bourne polos.
Do you want to apologize for doing that now?
Me? No, I'm going to stand firm on my asking of sizes.
That is bold.
I'll do it again.
Okay.
We're
I
going
guess
to
we
get a
could-
group text from KG right now. But
We go around the dais and tell everyone our shirt
Yeah, I
size.
mean, yeah, that could save you the text.
Yeah, I wear a large.
I'm a large.
Okay.
Medium. Iggy, you medium?
I don't
Probably
wear
medium.
T-shirts.
You don't wear it. You don't have a
It's
size.
like a stance.
You don't have a size?
I really don't wear T-shirts.
But if you did, what was your size?
Well, a T-shirt, probably large.
You're not a large.
If I'm going to wear a T-shirt, I usually just around the house, so baggy. I don't need a tight T-shirt to walk around the house.
Oh.
All right, I'm glad we
Did
got
you
that
ask
cleared
Leo
up.
to talk dirty to you?
All right, we got that one. Now you ever stand? We can do like a weekly update of it.
Okay.
We
On our
changed.
sizes.
Yeah.
Just to make sure we're not ballooning up too much.
Yeah, I think I was an XL on Friday. I might be a double today.
Oh, no.
Bad boy.
Tastings?
What'd you eat?
I just did a lot of picking yesterday.
Picking?
Just grazing.
Yeah.
Just kind of ate all day a little bit.
I find I do that too. If I'm not busy,
Yeah.
it's really easy to go in the kitchen and find something to eat.
Yeah.
Ooh, I had these yogurt-covered Prenzels.
Oh, you did.
I like yogurt covered pretzels. They're really good.
How were they?
Delightful.
Did you bring any in for the rest of us?
No, they gone.
Oh.
Doug, I went to Six Flags yesterday. I was on the lookout for the Plowhawk. Never saw him.
Double diamond.
Double Diamond member. I know that I've been accused of being unrelatable, so I hope it doesn't come off wrong when I say that we have season passes.
Oh, you have? Oh, my. You Hoosier.
This is the first time you've gone all year.
I believe that's the case, but my older son really enjoys it, and then we brought our 2-year-old as well. Not bad. Spent a lot of time at Looney Tunes time.
Mm-hmm.
And
Get to
he
ride the
enjoyed
boss?
it. No, have not done that. But it was more Looney Tunes town. And then afterwards, I guess yesterday was National Ice Cream Day, and around
Yes, it was.
4:30. We went in that waffle cone scent that emanates from right when you walk in. So tempting. My wife said, let's get ice cream. And I said, I got to keep my body tight for this orgy with all these guys over at Doug's on Friday.
Yeah.
And she understands that. And again, it was in our marriage vows. It's not cheating if it's gay, so she's fully supportive. And even if she's not, it's in the vows. You know.
Right.
The Family Law Center up there at Lifetime has approved those vows. And so
Satellite office.
they were enjoying the ice cream, and someone had dropped a portion of their turkey leg, and it's so greasy that my 2-year-old shot like a rocket when he stepped on it and fell.
Like a banana peel.
Oh my God! I go, what an LD slip on? It's just black asphalt, and I look and it's like chompings from a turkey leg. It's so greasy that it's like a rocket. The poor
That's
boy.
when you knew you had to have season tickets?
Yeah, my
more
wife
of
got
that.
those taken care of. That didn't go through the board meeting.
When my kids were younger, that was the big hangout during their middle school years. They would want to go there once a week.
Probably it's a place to engage with loose rural kids.
Loose rural kids.
I mean, if
I
we're
didn't even
calling,
think of that.
Well, I'm just telling you, the way that time tunnel's a hotbed of fingering.
Oh,
The time tunnel specifically?
I don't know.
I mean, I don't know what it's called now.
I just thought there wasn't much else a kid can do when they're 14, 15 years old.
Yeah, it's probably the
Can't
spot.
drive. We always had to drive them out there.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the bear. It was too far. It was always too far.
Yeah. Well, from Ladue,
Yeah. We're all parts.
Do you have anything out there that takes pictures?
Anything out there that takes pictures.
Camera.
The log flume used to always take
Oh
pictures.
yeah,
That was-
maybe Thunder River.
Yeah, 'cause it used to be
The boss actually would. I don't know if they still do.
Because girls used to flash at the end of that and then get the pictures, and then they had to stop it. I don't know which one they stopped taking pictures. All the girls are taking their tops off.
I never got in on any of this. I went for like the rides and the food, and that was it.
You going to go out there now and try to score?
No, I'm not.
What about the loose rural kids?
I never met a loose rural kid in my life.
Oh, I went to the zoo the other day. They're there.
Oh, is that right? Really?
They're looser in the rural areas?
The zoo is, you don't only go to look at some of the animals from all across the kingdoms, it's to also look at some of the Hoosiers from across the kingdoms.
A lot of the people are bigger than the animals they're looking at.
I saw, there was like a 8-person stretch where they got bigger than the next, each person that came before. It culminated, it crescendoed with one of the largest humans I've ever seen in one of those little scooters, one of those little rascals.
Right. Little rascals.
And I was like, what a time.
How's it always go back to nudity with this guy? It's from Mr. Licks. We were talking about on nudity.
Anytime you're someplace like the zoo or Six Flags or Busch Stadium where you see thousands of people, it's just stunning how overweight we are as a population. Absolutely stunning.
It wasn't even necessarily the people that were overweight. It was some of the tattoo art I saw on some of them, some of the hat and tank top combos.
There were some loose rural people there.
Yeah, Cookie Monster hats. Monster Energy tank tops. It was great.
Look, there's nothing hotter than a random rural with a turkey leg and a halter top.
Oh, gosh.
Boom.
I do remember it because it was playing on the Skeleton the other day. Weezer's big day.
The barbecue.
Where the photos came out.
Yeah, we were live at Ryan Kelly's office. He was back at the station. Alarming. I mean, alarming.
Plowsy, I guess, less than a year on the board. Tim asked Plowsy, he said, Plowboy analyzed this from a rural perspective. And I thought that was really funny.
Yeah, like if the Plowboy and Mace Dog and Reefer
like if that's more
discovered pictures of their buddy from high school with leather and chains and makeup on, like with their hands on other guys' genitals. Like how would that play up there in Canton?
Yeah, probably well.
You know, in South City, where I believe Weezer was from, I think it may have been alarming. But, Doug, you asked about it, and you were so, haven't you ever been to a barbecue? So you were kind of treated like your question was out of line.
Well, I've been to many barbecues. I don't ever recall seeing anyone topless there.
They're not happy with me having a season pass in the YouTube chat. I'm sure they're complimentary season passes. That's from John Scores. Only way to top a Tri-Tune Hoosier Flex is a Six Flags season pass. But, hey, it's for the kids. Yep.
Well, if you go more than once.
I was flexing.
Yeah, if you go more than once, doesn't it kind of like make sense to get a season
math
pass?
on it, yes.
Yeah, right.
My wife did run those numbers. One of the best parts, because you got to go out there and you pay for parking,
right?
So you don't have to pay for parking.
Oh, that's well then.
Yeah. And then when you're going out there, I think for those who get tickets, you probably feel like you got to be there for the day to, maximize that expense. But we were only out there for a couple hours,
Yeah, I get that big time.
Will the kids, as small as they are, do the roller coasters and all the rides?
My older son will do the old mine train and the one that you rode with Evel Knievel or Robbie Knievel, right? That one's
there's some sharp turns.
Yeah, that's kind of that's like the Boss light.
Yes, that's a great way because there's one drop in there that I feel like I'm going to lose my teeth.
Yeah, I went we went 3 times in a row when we went last year, and I'm just like, holy crap! If he says 4, he might be going Han Solo.
Vomit comment.
Yeah, telling you.
I remember once when I was at Channel 4, they called us out there. They said, we've got an exclusive interview with you with Tony Hawk.
Oh,
I had no idea who Tony Hawk was. And I got out there and I didn't know who he was.
Yeah.
When he walked up to do the interview, I didn't know that was him. And I then come to realize he was a huge star.
Probably the most legendary skateboarder of all time. Actually, I don't know what I'm saying probably. There's no doubt.
But how do you get to be legendary skateboarder? Well, stuff's not on TV or anything, is
right?
It?
But then he had a line of video games and clothes and stuff, and that put him way over. His video game series was like Madden. People were playing it like crazy. Yeah, Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
Hey guys, I got a question for the dais. If money wasn't a question, what city in the United States would you choose to live in? Thanks. That's from Wedding Tackle. Doug, that's called a question for the dais from Wedding Tackle. So we got to go in a city, or can we be in a remote area? Wedding Tackle
region.
Well, I guess you'd get to pick.
Okay.
Whether it's a city.
I don't know if you're saying city. I mean, but then city, it's like okay, then we're gonna go to.
Yeah.
Specific markets as opposed to just
I think
an area.
California is completely screwed up as a state, but I think the Newport Beach area, hard to beat.
Yeah, my answer is Carlsbad, California.
Carlsbad.
Mm-hmm. Yep, right in there between San Diego and LA.
Yeah. Yeah.
Beautiful weather, 24/7.
It's pretty sweet right there.
Yeah, that's where I'd live.
Iggy, where are you going?
Key West.
Key West. Chairman, where are you going?
I'd probably do down in that San Diego area.
Yeah, San Diego's a great play to me. San Diego or the Jupiter area.
Yeah.
That's where I am.
None of us picked Kansas City.
Nobody said St. Louis?
It's huge.
Nobody
It's a huge win for
said
us.
St. Louis?
No. Yeah.
Hunchback of Von Castle
Grafton.
wants you to know, Doug, he'd be in Manhattan all day. Wedding Tackle says a named town, not a region.
All right. Well, we all answer
Okay.
with towns.
San Diego or Jupiter.
Yeah, Manhattan. It's too hard to golf. You can't like just go play 18 on a whim. You got to like really plan it
He's
out.
talking, I assume he's talking Manhattan, Kansas.
Little
Wildcats.
Yeah.
Ema. Ponte Vedra, Florida is the answer. Golf courses, weather, and old lady sex. That's been flocking to
No.
Smurf.
Hard pass.
The answer is obvious. That's Wentzville. And that's from a guy who lives in Manhattan, Pug in the East Village.
Yeah.
Grass is greener.
A lot of fireworks in Wentzville, I've noticed, on 4th of July.
Is that right?
A lot of it.
Do you think there's a correlation between median household income and the amount of fireworks launched on 4th of July?
It could be. I just can't imagine how much money people put up in smoke when they buy these giant fireworks displays.
They're not cheap either.
Shooting them out off their home, just like what you'd see at a municipal fireworks, like what they shoot out under the arch. That's got to be a lot of money, right?
Well, nowadays you got to St. Charles, you go to those big tents, buy 2, get 150 free, things like that.
Well, that'd be a pretty good deal. Buy 2, get 150 free.
Well, it's something like that. Buy 5, get 70 free, and they make so much money off that. It probably costs them like $1 to get those things. They charge you $39.95 for
Oh,
them.
maybe.
Door County, Wisconsin. Climate change will make that area ideal soon. My brother and I are going to buy a romantic chalet and not invite our wives. That's from the Shrewsbury Seats. Yeah, it seems like he might be in a relationship with his brother.
It's tough.
That's a tough break.
Door County's great in the summer. I wouldn't want to live there in the winter.
No.
Lord.
No.
But in the summer, it is gorgeous.
But he said with global warming, it'll be 70 degrees
maybe
every day in Wisconsin. He was
250 years.
With global warming right now, we're the big winners right here.
That's right.
Yeah.
We've had a fantastic year of weather.
America's
Have we
sweet
ever?
spot.
I mean, what is going on right now? This is the greatest.
This
The
weekend,
greatest.
Saturday was like Friday, really. Friday afternoon was like probably the best weather.
I'm telling you.
Oh, it was unbelievable.
I'm telling you. I was at Gateway National for a match, and I'm just like, this is, I can't believe this is whatever, late July.
Yeah.
Usually
Maybe
be
81
dying.
as the high and not a cloud in the sky. It was awesome.
I assume you won your match.
Halved it.
So what happens now?
We won our flight, and I will go back to being on the end of the bench and probably won't play again until we're up by enough that they can afford to play me again.
Been
I
there.
thought
Next
this
year.
was the Fan Page Club championship
No, I
match.
haven't played in that yet.
Been there.
No, you split a match in this thing.
Oh.
Doug, is it the Sobe Cup or the Sabi Cup?
I don't know. I just don't.
Was Sobia like one of those like vitamin water drinks from the early
I
odds?
think I think it's a sponsorship deal.
And they tasted just awful. Sobe Life Water. I feel like that was the name of it. That might still be around.
We had a bunch of guys who were scratches and pluses, and then when we get up enough, they're like, "Okay, we'll empty the bench out and see if he can hit a 3."
Yeah. Hey, listen, just fire it.
That's right.
You go in there and fire.
I was playing against some guy who, it was 2 guys. It was a 4-ball match, Doug. Who they all knew Cletus.
They did.
They're like, he was out here earlier in the day. And I'm like, oh, I haven't seen him.
He's out there every day.
I guess so.
Any of them victims of a Cletus dry humping?
It sounds like they were familiar with the quote-unquote tickle monster.
Oh, yeah.
He sure likes to tickle a guy when they birdie a hole.
He
It
does.
sucks. It sucks when you birdie near him. You just run for the hills.
Yeah, one of the guys on our team eagled 3 by draining a putt.
Really? Damn.
Yeah, it's a little different operation.
Back tees?
Blues. I mean, so not.
Yeah. I mean, the back tees at Gateway on hole 3 are like, that might be a 700-yard hole. If it's in the wind.
Way back there, yeah.
Because it's like
oh,
off
into the wind.
Yeah, if it's like off the second green is where the tee box is. the back tees for 3.
Let's see. One of the poors is not happy. Please tell me more about this irrelevant golf tournament. It's from Swayze, possible burner.
Definite burner. Let me change that.
You're going to change it now to definite burner?
She, I'm not sure, has proven nothing to tell me that it isn't.
My ex-best friend's dad. You like that? My ex-best friend's dad.
Yeah, I can follow that.
Used to buy fireworks to light off so he could distract our attention so we wouldn't see him kissing our dads who brought us to the party.
That's a good point. It could be a really good distraction, so you can go hustle off,
Well, it didn't work. That's why now is his ex-best friend.
Yeah, more.
You think that's the reason?
I'm curious on the reason. Wedding tackle. Send in why your ex-best friend.
Yeah, who's lighting the fireworks if he's making out with the dads?
Speaking of poors, they love fireworks. That's from the Hunchback of Von Castle.
They do. Little too much in the city. That got really nasty. You saw some of the videos of what happened down there, didn't you?
Yeah, it didn't seem like it was all that fun.
No.
I dined downtown, Doug, on Saturday night. No Cardinals, no doggies. Big rivalry game going on in Kansas City. And obviously no Blues. And eye-opening as to how there's nothing there. But boy, I'll tell you, I don't get a chance to be down there as much as I used to when I lived there and our businesses' offices were there at 19th and Locust.
Mm-hmm.
But they still haven't figured out the timing thing on stoplights.
No, you stop at pretty much every light.
And you're there for minutes.
Mm-hmm.
It's really something else.
You better keep your head on a swivel, too.
And
leave some room between the car in front of you and your car.
There's certain parts downtown where you just blow right through those stoplights.
The really frightening part is like during the day, a business day like today, the fact that there's nobody there.
Yeah, I was down there for a sound story last week, and a family member came in from out of town, and they were befuddled by the lack of activity in the downtown area.
It's a ghost town.
Jackson Swayze says he's not a burner.
All right. Well, that's all I need. I just recently found out that Patrick Swayze is no longer with us.
He's been gone for a while.
Yeah, no.
Mm-hmm. Gone too soon. He wasn't old.
Yeah, no. I know. That's why I was surprised.
Mm-hmm.
They're talking about Urban Air and Sky Zone in the YouTube chat. If people want to get in there.
Okay.
Urban Air's not bad. Sky Zone Fenton's a little Hoosier. Like a bunch of feral cats running around.
I used to go to birthday parties.
I was shamed for having a Six Flags season pass.
Yeah.
I used to go there.
No, I've eaten in Ybor City in Tampa where they have chickens walking around in the restaurant.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Is that cool? Is that where you saw Randy Rosarena?
Well, that same trip.
Okay.
He was in Tampa. He
Ybor
was
City's
not
cool.
at the restaurant where there was chickens walking around at our feet.
Ybor City's cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a cool part.
I guess that's part of the charm.
If I saw a dad making out with my dad, I'd hop in. That's America in the Central West End. You played Native American ball with that guy that he was talking about.
I did. And if his dad had tried to make out with my dad, he wouldn't have been my friend anymore.
Put that off.
He'd have been your lover?
No, I had nothing to do with it. It was the dads, apparently, that were getting after it.
Tim, do not
they
stop
didn't.
at the stoplights. That's from Chairman Stephen Wildwood, downtown resident.
Well, there are times if you don't stop, you might get in an accident. It's amazing how far it's fallen in just a few years. Just a few years.
What downtown restaurant did you dine at, Timmy? It's from Gary Pinkel's cell phone etiquette. Doug, do you want to guess? You like guessing
Are
games?
there any? Like downtown?
Yes.
It must be in a hotel, right?
Nice read. Wow, that was...
I don't know of any other.
You workshopped your way through
I don't know of any standalone nice restaurants downtown.
Max and Irma's.
I guess
What was that place?
Columbo's?
Calico's?
No, what is it? It was right by Channel 4.
Calico's?
I walked by it 1,000 times and still don't know the
Max
name
and
of it.
Irma's.
No, that's Carmine's. Is it Carmine's?
Calcium counter?
Calcium counter. That's not a restaurant.
If it isn't, we should start.
They just have a bunch
all
of
milk.
salt.
No, it's all milk.
No, that's sodium.
Yeah. Calcium be milk. Milk bar.
Doug, you got like a guessing game or are you done?
I guess something in the...
Is this place farm to table?
not at the hotels. They wouldn't be. Ruth's Chris, is that in a hotel now? There used to be one downtown. That closed too?
Go to Gordon Ramsay's new place?
Did not.
Oh,
it's not a bad.
the Four Seasons?
It's not a bad guess though.
Is that open yet?
Yeah.
It meets all the qualifications.
Mm-hmm. Can I have initials, please?
IW.
IHOP. You went to IHOP.
Nope.
You went to the International World. You went to Inner Worm. Second letter, please.
D.
Idiot's wheelhouse.
No.
Third letter, please.
L.
Idlewild.
No.
Fourth letter, please.
E.
ILDE.
IDLE.
IDLE. Idleweed.
Gary Pinkel's so funny to get.
The idle wagon?
Snarfs.
You went to the idle wagon?
I did not.
White Castle?
Next letter, please.
You like that White Castle
Yeah.
on Broadway?
Yeah, I
Chicken
always
wings.
feel safe there.
That's good stuff.
I once had 8 cheese castles there once, and I was sick for 2 days afterwards.
Really? Why would you wash it down with Diet Coke, I bet?
Yeah. And I had cheese fries.
Oh, cranky.
Oh, you rewarded yourself.
God, I ate it
Did
all.
you wait till cruising altitude?
I had almost all of it by the time I got back to Channel 4. It's like 2 blocks away.
You walked with it? You walked
No,
and
I
ate
was
8
driving.
cheese?
Oh, you still
I
enjoyed
still
it.
ate them that fast. I
was
don't
that,
even like
3-minute
pickles,
drive?
but I ate them with the pickle on there because I was so hungry.
I like the diced onion.
What's the
Oh.
name of this? What's the W star, second letter W word?
Oh.
Idle woebegone. Third letter, please.
L.
Woolmeyer. Woolson. Next letter, please.
F.
The idle wolf.
That's right.
Yeah. that was easy.
Apparently it's IDOL, and there's some people really mad about the fact that I misspelled it.
I never heard of
Hold on
such a
second, I
place.
wanted,
That's Spanish cuisine, correct?
it was tapas.
Topless.
Tapas.
Tapas.
Tapas
So
means
that's
not a
an
lot of food.
excuse for not getting much.
I guess, yeah. I don't know.
Where is it?
Idlewolf. It's at 21C Hotel.
Where's that?
1528 Locust.
Okay.
Cheat outside up top.
No, in this room right here, Iggy. There it is.
That's pretty cool.
I think Tim was about to make a statement
Yeah,
about
I'd like
mispronouncing.
to. You know, earlier in our Munganess St. Louis Acura, Munganess Burkhardt Alton Toyota 7 o'clock hour, I misspelled Idlewolf. And I spelled, in my mind, it was IDLE. And I've had time to reflect on that, and I would like to apologize to anyone who may have been offended by my misspelling
Have you thought about resigning?
of a restaurant that I hadn't heard of until my wife said that's where we're meeting everybody at 5:30 on Saturday night.
Is it a brand new place?
I don't know. I didn't know anything about it up until going there and meeting with some friends and hanging out and having dinner and some booze.
My sister used to live right there. Like right at those apartments right there.
I'm going to take some time away and reflect.
You probably should. Yeah, it's all you can do, really.
I have issued a statement on Twitter. It's been well received by people using their real names, and I'm going to come back at the end of this year, and I'll hope to be a better participant in this program.
Just be a better person. If you had thought it through, you wouldn't have been so crass about it.
Hey, Timmy, did you get that burgie at Idlewolf? Nummy. That's Big Tough.
Okay.
No, it was just tapas, and I think I had a couple things. It was mainly just sitting there talking it over, having some booze.
A little taste.
Yeah, there were some predators at the bar.
Oh, were there?
Predators? What type of predators?
Just like guy who... I saw the whole game play out, too, and I'm kind of like, oh, yeah, I don't usually get a chance to see this.
West County Warriors?
No. Like, guy there to try to pick up
yeah.
and just, like, perches up. And so me and my compadres were one end of the bar, and then our respective wives were down the other end of the bar. And so he thought green means go, and he starts, putting pucks on net. And hey, the only way to score is by putting a puck on the net.
Sure.
Wayne Gretzky, Michael Scott. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
And how many of your wives did he leave with?
I think all three.
That would really be a player.
I think his line was, he said he's like in the fashion industry because St. Louis, if you're in the fashion industry.
Oh, gosh, yeah. Garment district.
Garment district is big here.
And he said to my wife, whatever I don't even know what the hell you'd say. I've watched a lot of Devil Wears Prada. I understand there's going to be a second one too. Really excited about that.
No fooling.
Yeah. But whatever, would that be line company. We were talking about what brand yours is because I like that at Bricktops.
Okay.
And he goes, "Oh, I'm disappointed that you got that at a store in Florida because I'm in the fashion industry, and it would have been great if you got it." And I'm like, "Oh, hey, I tip my cap. You gotta, like I said, pucks on net."
And at that point, he wants him to say, "Really? You're in the fashion industry? I'd love to see your line.
We're in like this.
What could you do for me?"
We're in.
And his next line would have been, "I just happen to have some in my hotel now."
Yep. No, he was a resident. He was a resident. He was a hotel guy.
Okay.
So that's his move.
Okay.
Like I said, pucks on net. You can't score if you don't put the pucks on net. You're always yelling, "Shoot!"
Right, at least he's out there. What he's not doing is sitting around at home in his underwear watching TV. Give him credit, he was out there.
Putting pucks on net.
Right,
Hitting on
trying.
married women.
Yeah. Well, he might not have known they were married.
Yeah, rings don't exist.
Well, he went with the other standard. Like, you got to check hey, is it girls' night out?
Yeah.
That's it. He's checking all the bottom. I'm like, oh yeah, I know the playbook. I'm going to raise pre-flop. Board comes up. Rainbow 2, 7, 10.
Yeah.
Probably didn't hit him unless he's got pocket aces, kings, queens. I don't know. He's been playing a lot of pots though, so I've got him. So okay, I'm going to bet. I'm going to call. I'm going to see what he's going to do on the turn now. And then off comes a 6 of spade. Still rainbow board, so it didn't hit anything.
Doug, you following all this?
Sure. Yeah, very much so.
Now I'm going to check. On the turn, I think I'm going to fire a bet and see where he is. Oh, he check raised me. Oh, wow, he set me up.
Gosh.
Well, maybe he's got a set of 10s. But have a set of deuces? I don't know. He's playing loose. Who knows? Maybe he's got 8, 9. Now all of a sudden he's got a straight. I don't know.
No, there's no way of knowing.
Didn't realize that was your wife. Sorry, Tim. That's from Chairman Steve in Wildwood.
Yeah. He doesn't have to go anywhere. He can just hang out right there at Ballpark Village.
Careful, Tim. That's where the horny doctor hangouts. Hold on a second.
Is that Buzz?
Oh, so you're following this. Careful, Tim. That is where the horny doctor hangouts. He will offer you great tickets and try to suckle upon everyone nipples. Once you get the suckling, it's too late. That is from Caller Buzz. He won the Milagro Tequila Listener of the Month. And he did it in June 2023, is that right?
I don't know the months, Tim. That may have been where he met his doctor friend.
I think it's what it sounds like.
The text below is really funny.
Saying you're in the fashion industry of St. Louis means that you're fitting the fats for suits at Macy's.
Could be, yeah.
It's from the 314.
Fashion industry. Do we have any fashion industry at all?
Yeah, I mean, they're just saying this fashion.
You ever been to Oak Tree at Crestwood Plaza?
It doesn't exist anymore.
What about Ronzell's?
Rossells, yeah, they're winning the email
of the
day.
Stores, but do we have a fashion industry?
Wasn't there an Inside STL fashion show that now has 10 million views on YouTube?
Producer Joe is helping ladies off the stage.
Yeah, that's Mr. Fashion right there. Yves Saint Pelosi.
I do have to go to the bathroom. Don't mind me. I've been holding this in for like a half hour.
Oh, gosh. Do some kegels.
I can't help it.
What up, bro?
Doug, Design Air is where three-way trade, Roselles, etc., has been having a big time. Design Air is the sponsor of said email the day, the morning after at InsideSTL.com. Design Air heating and cooling online at DesignAirService.com. While the weather is certainly temperate for the month of July, it's still going to be in the upper 80s. And so if your air conditioning just shuts down, well, then you go to DesignAirService.com. And great news, Seth Goldcamp and his team will be out there quick, fast, and in a hurry. Doug's a client, Iggy's a client, I'm a client. Say, friends, why don't you become a client as well? It's Design Air Heating and Cooling online at DesignAirService.com. Design Air Heating and Cooling, official HVAC provider of TMA and the Tim McKernan Show podcast. Jackson and I'll have QFTA at some point this week. It might be today. I don't know what you got going on. Are you ball striking today?
Nope.
Jackson shot a tidy 79 in Glen Echo last week.
Sure
This
did,
guy's trending.
Yeah. Played a lot this weekend.
Hit a lot of breakfast balls, did you?
No, you're accusing him of being
No, I'm just asking.
You call me a fluffer, bro?
Oh.
No. No.
DesignAirService.com.
Yeah. Pick up some putts that were questionable.
Yeah, like a 5-footer. And I'd like to see you. I'm nothing against you. I just need to see.
Short putts, I've been really choking down the grip. It's really helped controlling that club face.
Really?
It's helped. I'm kind of leaning over it like Larry David, but it's okay.
Okay.
This guy's trending, Doug.
79 is a good score.
Could he top us off my back when I'm putting those short putts?
Gosh.
Doug, do you know if we have a title sponsor?
Yes, we do. Brown and Crouppen. If you've been injured, You need Brown and Crouppen in your corner because justice is their business. If you have a potential personal injury case, Brown and Crouppen is the local law firm here to serve you. See a lot of people come in and do a lot of TV advertising, telling you how great they are. You know what? They're not. They're not local. Brown and Crouppen knows their way around the local courts. They know the other lawyers. They know the judges, and that is a big advantage for them. If you want a local law firm, people that know the ins and outs of your case and the local environment, Brown and Crouppen are the guys. Terry Crouppen, Andy Crouppen, Ed Herman, they are the principals. We've gotten to know them very well, and they do a fantastic job for us, and they will do the same for you. Here's how it works. You give them a call at 314-222-2222, and they will give you a free evaluation of your case. If they decide to take it, they work on a contingency basis. That means no upfront costs at all to you. If you don't get paid, they don't get paid, and they've won more than $1 billion in compensation for their clients. They have more than 250 legal professionals working now on both sides of the state. They are here to help you. So if you think you may need Brown and Crouppen services, give them a call at 314-222-2222, or you go to brownandcrouppen.com. Make sure you let them know you heard about it here on TMA. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertising. Past results are no guarantee of future results, and every case is different and must be judged on its own accord.
Tapas is not for the fats. Give us bigger portions. That's from the recovering alcoholic from Belleville and Webster Groves.
Certainly. Tapas is a thing because in Spain, right, they eat such a big, hearty lunch that...
Is that really the reason for it, Chairman?
I don't know for sure if that's necessarily the reason, but
I thought it was because they eat such a huge
And then
lunch.
they have siesta, R. Kelly?
Yeah, they take a little nap, but they have such a hearty, like it's their heartiest meal is at lunch, which is later in the afternoon.
And so then dinner is tapas?
Dinner is like a lighter
Hence
tapas.
the Spanish theme?
yeah, and oftentimes they won't have dinner until
Really late.
really
right?
late at night, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's
But
right.
it's just like they won't eat like a really hearty meal like we do. Their hearty meal is eaten at like 2:30 or 3.
That makes sense, though.
Right.
That's a better routine than what we do.
Yeah, honestly. Yeah. Eating, like your heartiest meal should probably be in the morning if we're being like your breakfast should be your heaviest meal.
Because you're breaking the fast.
Yeah, exactly. You're breaking the fast and you're using that energy throughout the day. Whereas if you eat a heavy dinner and then go to bed, you're just letting it seep into your fat cells.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah, it's bad to eat big meal really late. There's nothing good comes from that. And yet that's what we do.
So we should go to Spain?
I do like dinner though. I like a heavy dinner.
I like them all.
Then we were going back from Six Flags.
I know where you went.
Do you really?
Yeah, because I went to the same place and
Golden Corral?
the person told me that you had dropped
The
in.
person? Wow.
Well, the person.
There was a buzz in the bar?
There was. It was like people were like, "Oh, Tim was just here."
Went to Biggie's, Doug.
Oh,
So,
did
David
you?
Price
Yep, that's what he told me.
was in there, or in here, and I saw him, and I said, we had you in. I said, I gotta. So we're on 44 anyway. Let's just shoot on down to Biggie's. Just shoot on down.
And then the Idle Wolf after that?
No, Idle Wolf was Saturday night. Biggie's was Sunday night.
Sunspin.
Biggie's open on Sunday. Big advantage right there.
Yeah.
I used to have that place open on Sunday. I took my girl for the first time. She loved it. Steak
Oh,
sandwich.
you went with? She got a steak sandwich?
We did the steak sandwich and that Davies special we talked about and split it. Each had a half. Just tremendous.
Wow.
Waffle fries on the side. Thank you very much.
Oh, gosh.
How about that, Doug?
Late at night?
No. Dinner time.
Okay.
Supper.
Don't say supper.
Yeah. We went to supper at Biggie's. And David Price came up and said, "You and Tim in one night. Big night for Biggie's."
Really?
Yeah, balloon party.
Yeah.
He
Official location of balloon party.
Put your pictures up on the wall or anything?
There are a lot of pictures up on
I don't
the
know
wall.
if they have. I don't know if they do have. Yeah, they do. I guess
they
you're
do.
right.
Like
Yeah.
a ton of pictures. But none of us, which is a miss.
Yeah, that's
Big
a little
Big swing and a miss.
little surprising.
What would your glossy be, Tim?
My headshot from Camovia in 2000.
Right. This is me now.
Lot of
Like
hair.
Johnny Chase.
Yeah,
40 years later, has the same headshot.
yeah. It's like my app profile on Tinder.
You still
like
use
that.
it.
List myself as 6'3".
6'3" loves dogs and long necks.
Yeah.
If you list at 6'3" and then you show up and you're like 5'6", do you say you've been injured or something, or you got kneecapped, or what do you say?
Time has been hard.
Make something up that the girls used to do. Say 5'4", weigh 96, and you show up, and the first thing they say, "Sorry, I'm a little bloated today."
Is that what they say? Bloated?
That's what one said to me. She goes, I'm sorry, I'm a little bloated.
Oh.
Eating before bed doesn't matter. What matters is if you're over your calories for the day. If you eat at a calorie deficit, it doesn't matter what effing time you eat. I don't know. This guy's not happy about it, but Doug, there it is.
That would be accurate.
I don't know. I think it matters.
But you can also work off the calories. Like you can expend more energy if you eat earlier in the night.
Yeah. I think if you eat dinner and then take a long walk, it's probably much better for you than if you just
But he
plop
is
down.
right. He is right. If you're staying under if you're still at caloric difference.
Deficit.
Thank you.
Nice.
Thank you, Kurt.
Thank you, Chairman.
How
Then,
many,
it won't
how
matter.
many of us are really at a caloric deficit?
If you're losing weight, you should be.
But how many of us do you think are?
Like us,
I
2,000?
absolutely was before I picked up the food at Biggie's, and by the time I was done, I probably had gone.
Right. Dinner will push you
Beyond.
over the top. We're talking 2,000 calories now? 2,000 a day?
Depends on
Yeah, it
for a
depends
general
on your
rule.
age and your dimensions, and then also obviously like the Plowhawk
Yeah, right.
either has a ridiculous metabolism or a very large tapeworm.
I would love to see with his daily caloric, like what he needs to gain weight. 'Cause
God,
there's
I wonder
no-
if it's in the 3,000s or 4,000s.
Oh, I'm
he
sure.
would clear 2,000 before 10 a.m.
Yeah.
right here between a Coke and donuts and a Lunchable. He's up there in the 1500s probably.
I would think so.
How about this is breaking news? Daddy Padre, you remember him? He won the Stanley Cup.
Sure. Heck of a goal.
Says his girl and I, Jackson, his girl and I got Grassi's last weekend. It was choice. Did you dine with Daddy Padre?
We ate at Grassi's and he was there. I wouldn't necessarily.
Did you invite him over?
So now
No.
you're partners?
No.
That's interesting.
After meeting, I said,
I'm
"Do
gonna
you
keep an
know-"
eye on that,
I
Doug.
said, "Do you know that he was the backup goaltender for the Blues?"
Was he wearing the pads?
No, he's wearing flip flops.
Oh.
Did
Yeah.
he sign? Was he signed? Because Matthew Tkachuk was bringing the chalice through there,
He kind of kept his head low,
so
you
he
know?
didn't have people
He
recognizing him.
kind of did like one hand covering, and he was like, "I was like, hey, what's up, Dave Padre?"
I would like to see a gentleman go about his day wearing the goalie pads everywhere he goes. Restaurant with goalie pads on.
Makes you look like you have a really small head, you know?
Yeah.
Because the rest of you is so.
Doug got us dropped by the YouTube chat. The latest question is, does Golden Corral still have the chocolate fountain?
Oh,
From MD 2020.
I've never been, but I've threatened to go there a few times.
What do you mean you've threatened?
I say, hey, let's go to Golden Corral. The answer is not real positive.
It's
coming
not
back.
that well. Do they have tapas there?
I doubt it.
You think people are eating their hearty meals at Golden
I
Corral?
don't think so.
Probably putting in
It's usually
work.
pretty crowded.
Putting in work.
That can't be a moneymaker. I don't care how cheap you get the food for. I mean, when you got people in there going back 9-10 times, that's a loss.
Well, they said that endless shrimp is what put Red Lobster out of business. They lost like $20 million 1 year because of their endless shrimp.
I'd like to know those board meetings.
I mean, some of these places, you know, they're going to, I guess they're afraid they're going to run out because there's some hotel or some casinos. I remember River City. And I had an in with River City during the man and the woman days. I would bring them in, and Candace would bring in guests. And she gave me these passes. We're starting something new, a seafood fest. All you can eat. All you can eat crab legs. Oh, my God. These people must have thought they only had enough for one more because they had buckets of them. And they had crab legs come out of their pockets. They had no place left. The buckets are overflowing. They give you a bucket. They're shoving them in their pants. They're
The people that were eating there, you're talking about?
Yeah.
You went there for the same promotion.
Yeah, but I was getting like Chilean sea bass and other things.
Oh, classy stuff.
From a
Yeah,
buffet.
I was trying everything. These people, crab legs, all you can eat. And they give you a bucket. They shove them in there. I saw one lady had a crab leg coming out of her pocket.
That's for later.
I couldn't fit it in. I don't know if they may be out of them. She's shoving them in her pocket. I'm like, my God, you pigs.
Hello, Vivian.
Doug, if you enjoy some crab legs, you might want to get your teeth cleaned up, and you can go to 100 West Dental. They have the most modern technology with the patient experience at the front of the mind, and you can just book right now by going online at 100westdental.com. Work with Dr. Brandon Pryor. No phone calls needed to get in. Just check the calendar online for availability and book right then and there. No insurance, no problem. The membership plan they have at 100 West Dental aids in the costs of dental work for those who do not have dental insurance. It's 100 West Dental, and if you're interested in Invisalign, mention my name, and you get $1,000 off an Invisalign package. If you're on the fence about Invisalign, they have a digital scanner that can show you a simulation of what it'll look like before you even go through with it. 100westdental.com or call 636-585-0100. Send your emails in for our Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email today, the morning after, at InsideSTL.com. Coming up, Chris Raby has done an audio postcard. I was listening to it this morning, and I would describe it as choice.
Really?
He has, I don't know how he was able to find all of this audio, but he, not Buck Swope, I guess, was appointed by the Attorney General to launch the investigation into Iggy's book progress.
Okay.
And Iggy, I mean, the audio he has pulled dates back to 2016, and Ben Fredrickson's in the studio.
Is he really?
Yeah. Or as Chairman Steve calls him, Fredbirdson. For not being critical enough of the Cardinals. And it's lengthy, but I think, and I hate to give it my endorsement because then all the audience can't say they like it, but it's lengthy, and I think the audience will internally enjoy it. If you,
yeah.
Doug, this is, I mean,
Development.
this might win him a Murrow, the journalism that's performed.
Okay.
You will hear Fredbirdson, Jennings, the Cat, Raby, Doug obviously prominent. I'm on there. Just follow-up questions.
Okay.
Chris Raby really launched an investigation.
It's a comprehensive look.
It's comprehensive. It's comprehensive. It's like a real sports on HBO kind of piece. That's coming your way on the other side of the break in the 8 o'clock hour. This is TMA, presented to you by Brown & Crouppen.
KPN TFM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA all day.
The choice of a lawyer is important and shouldn't be based on an ad.
After a serious car accident, people have two questions. Why me and what now? Well, no one knows why you, but I'm Terry Crouppen, and my law firm Brown & Crouppen sure can help with the what now. Car repairs, medical bills, lost wages, pain and suffering. We're Brown & Crouppen, and we've got all those answers. All you have to do is call 222-2222.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan, and I am here with Seth Goldcamp of Design Air Heating and Cooling, and I have been a long-time Design Air client. What separates you guys from everybody else?
It's becoming more common for companies to just get their foot in the door. They try to come up with different ways to upsell. They try to see how much they can make off of a customer as opposed to, hey, we're in there to do a service. We're going to do it well. We're going to do it for a fair price.
I don't know how many emails I have received from our listeners who experience the incredible customer service Design Air Heating and Cooling provides. It's Design Air Heating and Cooling, online at designairservice.com.
This is the one.
Honey, I think you're right. This house has everything we've ever dreamed of. A huge master bedroom, an open kitchen, and a backyard with a fire pit and built-in grill.
I can't believe it. Finally, our dream home. It's absolutely perfect for us.
We owe our realtor big time.
No, you don't. We're just doing our job. At the Jeff Lotman Group, helping you find your dream home is our top priority. Bringing people and properties together. Call us at 314-406-8911 or visit us online at jefflotman.com.
Biggie's Restaurant and Bar has been a staple of the community for over 30 years and is serving your favorites like the steak sandwich, waffle fries, and so much more. It's not just the food that's rocking. With a full bar and patio, Biggie's is the perfect spot for lunch, dinner, and a little laughter. Biggie's original hours are back. Open 11 a.m. till midnight, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And 11 a.m. till 1 a.m. on Friday and Saturday. Check out the full menu at biggiesrestaurant.com and stop in today.
You can get an insurance quote anywhere. What most people are really looking for is someone to help manage the risk of everyday life. Hi, my name's James Carlton, and that's what our incredible team at the James Carlton State Farm Agency do. We work together every day to give customers a first-class experience with insurance and financial products from the leader in the industry. Check us out online at carltoninsurance.net. If your insurance costs a leg and an arm, call James Carlton, State Farm.
If you want a first-class, top-of-the-line, high-quality interior remodeling job, you know who I'm going to suggest. Collier & Thompson. Known for their kitchen and bathroom remodels, Collier & Thompson is where you go when you want your remodeling job done right the first time. Collier & Thompson doesn't just do large remodeling jobs. They do plenty of man caves, bars, offices, pretty much anything inside your home. Check out their 10,000-square-foot showroom next to Uncle Bill's Pancake House on Manchester. Let them bring your dream remodel to reality. CollierandThompson.com.
The biggest pro football contests in Vegas are back. Circa Survivor and Circa Million are now up to a record $16 million in guaranteed prizes. 2 ways to win and no rate. Circa Survivor contestants select one team each week with no point spread. Last the longest to win it all with $10 million guaranteed. In Circa Million, make 5 picks against the spread each week for your share of $6 million guaranteed through quarterly and full season payouts. Enter in Nevada. Play from anywhere. Visit circasports.com for details.
Hey, it's Jackson. TMA listeners have a lot to think through financially, saving for retirement and college, while also paying bills and enjoying life along the way. Whether you are starting your financial planning or if you're already retired, call Mark Hanna. Mark works with you to design a financial strategy. His straightforward approach starts with a 15-minute phone call to discuss your financial needs. Visit evergreenstl.com or call 314-889-0503 today. Mark Hanna offers securities through Equitable Advisors, LLC, member FINRA and SIPC, and offers insurance and annuity products through Equitable Network, LLC.
Hi, this is Chris Ponda from Illinois Recovery Center. As someone who just celebrated 10 years of sobriety, I am proud to be a part of a place that can provide an amazing opportunity for growth and freedom from active addiction. If you or a family member are battling addiction, there is hope. You are worth recovery. The incredible team of highly trained professionals at Illinois Recovery Center will provide the care and support that you need. A new beginning is ready for you at IRC in Swansea, Illinois. Start your journey now at IllinoisRecoveryCenter.com.
Hi, this is Doug Biggs from Longo Biggs Injury Law. I'm about to tell you a little inside information about attorney advertising. Buyer beware. Around town, you'll see all kinds of billboards, commercials, and hear radio ads for personal injury law firms. But these billboard firms aren't what they appear to be. After every attorney ad you see or hear is this phrase: the choice of an attorney is an important decision and shouldn't solely be based upon advertisements. There's a reason for that, because all firms are not created equal. What you probably don't know is that if you hire one of these big billboard law firms, you'll hardly ever talk to your lawyer. You don't know which lawyer you're going to get. Could be a first year or someone who's never even tried a case. Your case might even be shipped over to another firm. That's right, the firm you trusted your case to just flipped it to another firm. The bottom line is many of these huge firms are nothing more than a marketing machine who look at your case as a return on their advertising dollars. Many of the faces and names you see never go to court and never handle a case. At our firm, you get exactly what you thought you were getting. CD or myself on your case, both experienced trial lawyers who are in court every week. Don't trust your case with just anyone. Check us out online at longobigs.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Here's Action Jackson with 3 more ways to get TMA content.
Check out listener rewards on the new TMA mobile app. Watch the show live on the TMA studio cams. Find it at TMASTL.com. Get the podcast on the TMA app. Download it now.
Thanks, Jackson. It's the Brown and Crouppen Morning After on 105.7 FM HD2.
Well, let's put our golf where our mouths are. Now.
It's the Brown and Crouppen Morning After.
KPN TFM HD2.
Why? Welcome back to TMA. It's presented to you by Brown and Crouppen. My name's Tim McKernan. That's Doug Vaughn. There's Jackson Burkett. Ken Strode is out for the rest of the day, but Chairman Kurt's here. Chairman, you want to come in?
Yeah, I'll come on.
All right, nice.
Oh, come on in, Curdy.
This will be interesting.
I'm texting with Wellington, and Doug, guess where he is right now?
Carnoustie?
Yes!
Oh, that's nice.
He's about to head out for a practice round.
Wonder if he's on the apps out there.
I wonder how hard it is for him not to play all these courses. As good as he is.
The thing is what I've noticed is like players like him who are great, they recognize that as great as they are, they're not even remotely close to because they get to see the guys, not just the ones they caddy for, but they see the other guys. So, I mean, he's caddied in a foursome this year with Fred Couples, and granted, Fred Couples isn't what he was 30 years ago. It's like, I know I've told the story before, and hell, you heard Jay tell the story. I'm like, hey, if you played at South Carolina, SEC school, Division I golf, you had to have at least at some point thought about going pro. And I'm like, when did you realize that wasn't going to happen? He goes, as soon as I showed up to the driving range for our first practice at South Carolina, because he could see that there were a couple of guys who just were in another world. I'm sure he'd love to play the course, I would assume.
Yeah.
Definitely. You know, assuming the Hawk is down. If the Hawk's up, that's probably no fun.
I mean, Quigley was on that team.
Yeah, that's the one he always cites. All right, Iggy, since you're back in studio now, we can have this Chris Raby
thought maybe I can miss it.
Audio postcard. Before we do that, let me tell people about the Design Air Heating and Cooling email today, which is coming your way in an hour, the morning after at InsideSTL.com. texting in 314-881-TMA5 and the Collier and Thompson phone line 636-9004-TMA and get involved on the program. And then Jackson wants to let you know what he's got coming up here on Balloon Party. I was surprised some of the stuff that you've been working on this weekend.
Yeah, the Little Pills Weekend Rewind. I feel really good about a couple questions.
Do you really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. One in particular. I'm very excited to get to. So
WNBA All-Star Game.
It did not make the cut.
Doug, did you see Angel Reese's fit?
I did see that video of her walking in. It looked like she had a dress that someone spilled coffee on.
Well,
is that what you're talking about?
We should ask the fashion guy at the bar the other night.
Oh, that's right.
She thinks she's a fashionista.
Uh-oh. You're not high on Angel Reese?
No, I think she's trying too hard to be an influencer, and it's not not really working.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Tim, can you ask Welly if he took wifey's butt plug remote with him over there? I don't think it has that kind of range, but she just trembled. From their covering alcoholics from... Wouldn't it be amazing if somebody was operating
from overseas
a remote butt plug from Carnoustie? Maybe he's probably on 3 now.
Yeah. It's the afternoon there, so it'd be like it's coming from the future.
Yeah,
like Doc Brown.
Is there any sort of device you could control from another continent?
Yes.
What?
Butt plugs.
Correct. There you go. There's your answer.
We control satellites.
I don't blame from another continent.
No, I think they've got. I think they've done wonders in the sex toy realm these days. I think they can.
Limitless range, like Steph Curry.
Nice, sick. Hey, elevate your performance. Pure Performance is your one-stop shop for all aftermarket modifications, and they are known for their top-quality work and outstanding customer service. With the weather warm, now is Jeep and Bronco season. Pure Performance carries any accessory for your vehicle, old models to brand new, from sunshades, soft tops, trail doors, to off-road gear like bumpers and light bars. Pure Performance has you covered. Come visit the showroom and talk with the folks at Pure Performance in St. Charles. They are located at 3725 Harry S. Truman Boulevard in St. Charles, or go online at pureperformance.com. That's PURperformance.com. It's your one-stop shop. They have a monster showroom and a 25,000 square foot facility that houses the largest showroom in the area where you can find anything and everything you might need to enhance your vehicle. After 40 years plus of outfitting the best-dressed vehicles in the St. Louis metropolitan area, you can trust that your prized investment is in great hands at Pure Performance. It's Pure Performance online at PURperformance.com. That's PurePerformance.com. Jackson, Chris Raby put it together. This is an all-encompassing investigation into Iggy's book. Doug, I would imagine that you're going to consider this to be somewhat similar to Mike Wallace going over to Tehran and sitting down with the Ayatollah when it comes to journalism.
Mm-hmm. And the importance of the story that he's covering.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, Chris Raby's investigation, and what is this called? Arrested Ken Velament? Take a listen.
Now, the story of a lifelong radio producer and the book he will never write but won't shut up about. This is Arrested Ken Velament.
I'll tease it, though. There is a chapter. When I get to the chapter...
Iggy's book, Doug. This is Iggy's book. Ben Fred, Iggy's writing a book.
For more than 7 years, Ken Strode has claimed he's writing a book.
How's this book coming? Is it close?
Yeah, little by little.
That's back in June 2017.
What's your writing schedule?
Whenever I'm bored, I just sit down. I say, I got nothing to do. I just sit down at the computer, and I have folders on my computer where I just have all my notes. Just write some stuff down, and then I'll... whatever.
You'll hear the word folders a lot.
You know, my friend Kenny, he is going to be writing a book. It's going to be a tell-all. Where are we at book-wise?
It's all over the place. There's chapters that are mostly done.
There weren't.
There's chapters that are just starting.
There aren't.
There's chapters that haven't started yet.
That's true.
I took a couple of weeks when I knew I wanted to do this, and I just started jotting down things.
Stuff.
He didn't.
Put them in a folder.
Have you written any of this, or is it all in your mind? Yeah.
No, a few chapters. But not pen to paper. They're in my computer. Then I'll save it into the folder.
All of that and no actual writing.
Well, when the book comes out, you'll see how true that is.
I wish the book would come out.
You're still writing that, though?
Yeah, when is this book coming?
February 2018.
When's the last time you knocked out a few pages?
Knock out pages all the time.
Do you? How long is this book?
I don't know. I have a folder that has all the... When I think of something that happened, oh, I forgot about that. And then I just start putting ideas together. I'm not writing the book yet.
Fast forward a year to 2019.
I do take notes.
All right, we'll leave it at that.
How many pages of notes you got, brah?
I don't know.
I think we'd like to see them one day.
Okay.
Would you bring them in?
Maybe.
And another year, it's 2020.
Things longer than the first chapter of my book.
You haven't written the book, and you're not going to write the book. Where do you have the first chapter? Is it on your computer?
Yeah, I had it on a floppy disk, and I transferred it to a file.
Nice. How many chapters you got done now?
Oh, a little bit for each chapter. Probably added 4 or 5 chapters in the last year.
Is it close? You think it's ever really going to happen?
Oh, I think so.
How close are you to finishing?
Oh, not even close to finishing. You'll have to wait for the book to come out. It'll all come out.
There's no book coming out. You've talked about this book for years.
4 years.
If I don't do a book, I'll sit down and I'll just tell you everything.
You've already heard this clip.
No, I was typing.
You were typing.
Oh, damn. No chance. No chance.
There is a chance.
No chance.
Now it's 2022, but Kenneth talked about someone else writing his book for years.
I may use Joe Holloman because I'm not a very good writer. Well, I'm actually thinking about Joe Holloman writing it because I hate writing. I really do. Hockman at the baseball game last weekend, and he said he would write the book.
He's going to write it for you.
Hockman said, Iggy, I will write the book. So I said,
But you were writing the book.
I need somebody to write it. I don't like writing. I thought it was going to be Joe Hollerman. I hate to write. I can't just sit there and type. Oxy said he would do it.
Benjamin Hockman wants to write your book?
Was it Oxy? Who's the other guy?
Well, there's a lot
Yeah,
of them.
Oxy, because not
Ben Frederickson?
No, not Ben Frederickson. Yeah, Oxy at the ball game. I guess it was last year, maybe the year before that. No, Hockman said he'd write it.
Benjamin Hockman? Is that right?
Not Hockman. No, who's the other post-suspension columnist?
Ben Frederickson?
No, it was Hockman.
Doug Iggy's book's going to be something else, just in time for Christmas in 2022.
Are you making any progress at all? Are you typing a chapter?
I haven't in a while.
The 2022 holidays passed without a book.
He has 2,000% said he's written a chapter on multiple occasions. That's from the 636.
Oh, God. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Maybe next Monday I'll bring a chapter.
I don't think you have a chapter.
Change is hard.
I have notes.
Notes is not a chapter.
Well, it wouldn't take me long to write a chapter.
So there isn't a chapter yet.
I haven't started writing it yet.
Okay, so there is no chapter.
I could make one. I have bits and pieces of a lot of things written down. I can go into this folder. Oh, yeah, that would be a good one. Now go into my folder where it's on Word, blah, blah, blah. And this is going to be this chapter. I'm going to start it like this, and I would start it and put it in there. There's all kinds of things that are started.
Sure there are.
I haven't finished a chapter yet because I'm not writing the book yet.
Oh.
2023.
Maybe that'll be a chapter in the book, Quiet Quitters Club.
There's not going to be a book, though, is there?
Yeah, you never know.
There's not going to be a book.
And here we are, 2024.
I do have a question for Iggy, actually. This book that you have notes on, about the radio.
Yeah.
He said he has a Word document. When he thinks about something, he writes it down, like in the Word document.
Oh, really? Like you're journaling?
It's just in a folder. I don't know what I titled it, Iggy's book, maybe. And if I think of something, I just open that folder up, type some more stuff in, and then close it out. Somebody else is going to have to write it, obviously. I mean, it just scribbled notes. I don't tell the whole story.
So you haven't typed this out?
No, because I know what the story is. So if I think of something, I go, I probably should do a Word document. It's just a folder that I just type stuff in, and then if I ever do it, I can go back and look at all the notes, and I know what the stories are about.
7 years. This could be a chapter. Actually, this is the book. Because there is no book. This is Arrested Ken Velopman.
Is that Charlie Marlowe?
No.
Pardon me?
It is not.
Didn't it sound like Marlowe?
A little bit.
What was it supposed to be?
I thought it sounded like Anderson Cooper.
Was that Anderson? Did he get Anderson Cooper to voice it?
I don't think so.
I think it's supposed to be the narrator from Arrested Development.
Ah.
And I don't know what the whole point was. I was pretty consistent with almost everything I said there.
Really?
Yeah.
You said you had 4 or 5 chapters written.
No, I said working on bits and pieces. Not once did I say I finished 4 chapters.
So you feel vindicated?
Well, I've been pretty consistent all the time saying that I work on things here and there, and lo and behold, there is a chapter.
Did Riz read it? Riz was telling me he was going to read it.
I'll give it to him today, maybe.
Okay.
There you go. There's a chapter.
Now, did you write it or did Hockman?
No, I wrote it.
Well, Joe
when
Hollerman.
I said Hollerman, that was the case at first. Joe Hollerman said, "Yeah, I'll write," because he had just written a book about something. And I reached, he goes, "Yeah, I'll help you write it." And then Hockman said at the ballpark that I want to write that book. So it was 2 different people. I wasn't getting mixed up.
Color me shocked that St. Louis's most prolific liar just got absolutely pantsed live on the air. Let's hear you squirm out of this one, Pinocchio, Doug. That comes from the parking lot in Little Tommy Tribbins.
Oh, what do I need to weasel out of? You heard as much as I did. I was pretty consistent about every clip he played. Little piece there, little piece there. It's in a folder. So, what did I say that I haven't said all along?
It just sounded at times like the book was making some real progress.
Well, you can edit whatever you want.
Well, he only edited what things that you said.
To fit his narrative.
Well, how do you feel about the part about the 4 or 5 chapters?
I think I said I've worked on 4 or 5 chapters. I don't think I said I've finished 4 or 5 chapters. Because, I mean...
And I just start putting ideas together. I'm not writing the book yet.
There you go.
Fast forward a year to 2019.
I do take notes.
I'm trying
There
to
you
find
go.
the part.
Take
I'm trying
notes.
to find the part. There's a lot here.
Like, it's 32 years. So
Counting.
if something happened in a certain era... Oh, Christ, I forgot about that story. So I go back to where in the folder, in that era, I'd throw that in there. I mean, I never said I finished a chapter.
Okay. When would Chapter 2 be coming out? Do you have a schedule?
God,
Well, that's not meant to be a nasty question. I'm just wondering. People are thirsty for this book.
Well, they're not going to get the book.
Why?
Until I'm done.
Well, that makes sense. I'm just asking, when is Chapter 2? Are you sitting
When
down?
I feel like writing it.
Oh, it could be another couple years?
It could be another day.
Okay.
I may get bored tomorrow and say, yeah, let's knock out another chapter.
All right.
But I'm not sure it'll be Chapter 2. Could be Chapter 5.
You're going to bounce around.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not even sure this is a chapter. That could be a prologue.
If you were to write 500 words a day, I think you could finish the raw, rough draft in about 3 or 4 months. And 500 words is not that many.
Yeah, I agree with that.
If you just had like a regimented Monday through Friday, I write 500 words. I don't care if they stink or not. Just get it done. I think you could have this book done.
Well, first I have to sit down and figure out an outline.
500 words seems like 3 or 4 paragraphs. Is that about it?
Yeah, 500 words isn't much.
It's very little.
That's why I don't think this is a chapter. This isn't really a lot.
So is that like
But I read it, and there is a start and there is a finish. It is written like a chapter. It isn't. I would agree that it's not a lot. The font is large, but it is a chapter.
Yeah, but there's more I could have put in there that I didn't.
Well, this is just a rough draft. Doesn't have to be perfect.
If I think it's just going to be the prologue, because the next chapter, obviously, with the way I end this, the next chapter is going to be working at KSP and some of the stories. But that was my first job in radio, so you think that should be the first chapter. This should be the introduction.
That's fair. That's a fine. Yeah, but I just think outline, get rid of that. Just like write. Just write. If you just write, eventually it'll get done. Then you'll find your outline as you go.
Maybe the first chapter is detailing the early years of your life, your childhood. You could start by saying it was the best of times, it was the worst of times.
Ooh. Maybe something about Gail Volvo?
Yeah.
I don't think people care about the beginning of my life, but, you know, there are a lot of things that happened that were amazing before I got into radio. Stevie Nicks was before radio. Leona Helmsley was before radio.
See, people are going to want to know this.
All of these things were before
They're going to want to
radio.
know the dirt on Leona Helmsley for sure.
First chapter. Is it on your computer? Yeah, I had it on a floppy disk and I transferred it to a file. Nice.
How many chapters you got done now?
Oh, a little bit for each chapter.
There you
Probably
go, a
added
little bit
4 or
for each
5
chapter.
chapters in the last year.
Didn't say I was done with a chapter.
Hold on, you stepped on. Hold on.
Go ahead, say it
To a
again.
file. Nice.
How many chapters you got done now?
Oh, a little bit for each chapter. Probably added 4 or 5 chapters in the last year.
There you go. Added. A little bit here, a little bit there. Never did I say I finished a chapter. Keep playing it all you want.
We just want this book. We hear it's going to be a real page turner.
It's going to lead to so much litigation.
But I have to decide how I put the other things in there. How I put the Stevie Nicks story in there. How do I put having sex with Terry Weigel was when I was in radio, so that could be in a chapter.
Just go through it chronologically. If it all seems like a jumbled mess, just go chronologically how it happened.
But I have to get into the radio at some point. The book's about my life in radio, but I'll have a lot of stories that happened before radio.
Okay, well,
And I have to
then
figure
that's
out
the first chapter.
how I get into that.
Then that's the first chapter.
Chairman Stephen Wildwood won Milagro Tequila's Listener of the Year in 2023, and he just typed in, huh? I don't know what that means, so I don't know how to...
I don't either.
He just...
Huh?
what we say when he calls in. Huh?
Huh? Huh?
Yeah. I think since you're not an experienced writer of books, keep it simple and just go chronologically. Otherwise, it could feel like too much to shepherd into one focus where you could keep going with it.
Well, I got done with this one, and I said, God, there's so many more things I could have put in there, and I didn't. So that's the problem I have. I'll get done with a chapter, and I'll say, oh, Christ, I left out about 4 or 5 stories. How do I get those in there?
Well, it's pretty easy. It's all on your computer, right? Just go back and put the stories in.
Yeah, this Word document, this Word has got me all messed up.
Microsoft Word?
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to add something, and I went to do it, and I hit, down, because I wanted to go down another paragraph, and the whole thing got jumbled up.
Yeah, I've dealt with that, too.
I mean, look at the way that the title is.
Oh, Doug, you're about to get a peek?
Coming out.
Doug hasn't signed an NDA yet.
On the format.
No, I just want you to see the title.
Look at this. Oh, my God, the audience is going to get a peek. Doug, look at that font.
Oh, Lord. That's the font size?
Didn't even put it back.
It's like a billboard.
It's like when I'm reading to my 2-year-old.
He didn't even put it in order.
It should be a picture book.
How many pages is that?
About 12.
Okay, so more like 3.
I don't know where the first page is. Tim didn't put it
Oh, no. No, Tim has
fault.
destroyed the book.
Oh, my God.
Well, I wanted to show you how I titled the chapters all over the place.
While you're looking for that, I'll tell people about Illinois Recovery Center. Transform your story at Illinois Recovery Center. At Illinois Recovery Center, the team believes in the strength of every individual's journey to recovery. Whether you're taking the first step or continuing your path, the IRC's dedicated team's here to support you. So why choose Illinois Recovery Center? The holistic healing approach, expert care and guidance, safe and welcoming environment, tailored programs for lasting recovery, and top-notch facility and accommodation. Discover the path to lasting recovery and renewal at Illinois Recovery Center, where compassionate support meets personalized care for your unique journey. Whether you've made the life-saving choice to seek help on your own, or you want to be prepared for the other end of an addiction intervention with a loved one, the chance to learn about addiction recovery is available to you at Illinois Recovery Center in Swansea. If you or someone you know wants more information about the Illinois Recovery Center, please call 888-472-9559 or visit IllinoisRecoveryCenter.com. There it is.
There it is, Doug. Look at that.
What?
There it is. Doug didn't sign an NDA.
Chapter 1, way over here. That was supposed to all be in the middle.
Oh, hell, that's okay. That's not how it's going to be printed
From
in the
waiter
book.
to give Doug the title.
From waiter to sports radio producer, how it all began.
But the title actually is not that.
No, it's not.
What's the title? Can Happen?
I just called it Chapter 1.
It should
No.
be Can Happen.
No. Read what's actually on the paper.
Chapter 1, from waiter to radio sports producer, how it all began.
Yeah, there's a little dyslexia right there in the...
Yeah, it should be waiter to sports radio producer, not radio sports producer.
Radio sports.
The editor just left that in there.
Yeah.
Fan sports.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about the formatting now.
I know, but I mean, it should be
Some people call
easy
it sports radio, some people call it radio sports.
It should be easy to center that.
They're going to see this. They're going to see it on the cameras.
No, go
I mean,
ahead.
everybody's going to get it now. The NDA.
It's fun. You can read it from that distance too.
That's what I'm saying.
That's right. There'll be a screenshot of it. They'll put it on the fan page. Let's dissect this first chapter.
I've seen smaller font on a highway billboard. That's from a new Poll eligible.
That is like, and it's all in bold too.
Well, yeah, I use black bold. I was just trying to make it easier to type.
Well,
Yeah,
it's
I
easy
mean,
to change the
with
font.
that font, you might only actually have like 3. That might be a 3-page chapter.
Simon and Schuster will cut the font down a little
They
bit.
will. They'll tend
This
to.
will turn to a pamphlet.
I give it to Riz. Look at how old is this guy?
Let's go 200
This
words
font
a
is
day.
28.
Oh my God! There are like 10 words per page. That's from Swayze. He's a possible burner.
It's like a ransom note with magazine.
That'll be an
cutouts.
easy read for the old people.
Will there be pictures?
Yeah, there'll be a ton of pictures.
Okay.
Oh, we'll clear 300 pages, no problem.
There just is no way you cannot include your adventures before you got into this business.
Yeah, I just have to figure out how to do it.
That's chapter 1.
It's not going to make any sense if I'm in the middle of a chapter about working at the Man or the Woman, And let me tell you about this time back in 1982 that I met Stevie Nicks, and we went to the hotel. Hey, it's got to fit in somewhere.
No, not necessarily.
Yeah, you could work that in.
Non-linear storytelling is extremely popular.
Yeah.
How about if I do? Some people put like little antidotes in there. They'll put it to have a chapter, but then it'd be like a little box. Back in 1982, I was at a Stevie Nicks concert, and she invited me back to the hotel. Had nothing to do with the chapter, but it's just a little antidote.
Back again.
In a little square.
Send your emails in the morning after at InsideSTL.com. Again, I say, who effing cares? No one, and I mean no one cares about this whole spinach bag slide story. Shut up already! After an Altar Boy's losing his mind.
You can't be calling them spinach bag. That's not.
Well, I don't.
Did Jesse have to add toner to the printer after she printed that out for you? That's from Jake and Kirkwood.
Well, Jody did it, but Jesse would have if I'd asked her. But
what the hell are anti-dokes?
And again, to the Afton Altar Boy, I didn't tell Raby to do a postcard on this. I didn't say to play it. I didn't know about it. So, God forbid, if you play a 5-minute postcard and we don't talk about it afterwards, it'd be kind of stupid, wouldn't it? All right, there you go. All right, we'll talk about this KC Sporting game last week, 1-1. You usually talk about things after you play them, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Traditionally.
Doug, the people are very worked up about seeing the font and or the word antidote.
That's how you say it.
I enjoy a large font myself.
Hey, James Carlton's in here if he wants to stop on by.
No.
Bring him in.
Come on in.
Bring in the great James Carlton. We are still in the 8 o'clock hour, our 9 o'clock hour. However, Schaefer Door Company, and they set aside a block of hours on Monday mornings for those of you who had your garage springs break on your doors. It's SchaeferDoor.com. SCHAEFER, SchaeferDoor.com. Call or text 636-782-3608. It's going to get you the quickest response. They service all kinds of garage doors for service and new installs. And they have this Monday morning standby service for those doors that break over the weekend. So if that happened to you, just go to SchaeferDoor.com, SCHAEFERDOOR.com, or call or text 636-782-3608. They service commercial doors as well. So if you run a business or warehouse with big, tall doors, Schaefer is experienced in these types of jobs. Schaefer Door is a Clopay master authorized dealer. Hey, look, everybody, it's James Carlton.
I saw him sitting over there.
CarltonInsurance.net. He's my insurance agent, Doug.
Well, good morning.
Hello again, everybody.
Record length of hour one. This thing keeps popping up.
It does.
It's got a mind of its own.
There you go.
Yeah, it does.
My dauber's down a little bit.
Oh, no, what happened?
Yeah, Tim shipped that potential bet that we didn't make so bad that I'm really worried about the Mizzou over-under.
I was wondering if you were going to think that way. For the record, the bet that Jackson and I made on the podcast was I gave him 10-1 and then 11-1 on Joe Biden not being on the ticket in November. And I'll elaborate on the podcast as to my thought process, but if you've listened to QFTA, I gave my reasoning. However, you were talking about it in a commercial break, and I said, I wish the world was the way you and Jackson thought it, because both of you are happy people.
Generally.
You're successful. Jackson, I don't have a doubt in my mind, is going to be successful. And I wish that I could think, like I see my 2-year-old, and I'm just like, this guy's happier than hell.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, over the last, I don't know how many years, I'm just like, this is unfortunately kind of the way things work. And from my standpoint, it was clear to me that this was all organized well before. I think the debate. I think the debate was I guess you could look at publicly. It was chapter 1, but I think the game was in play well before that. And so that was my reasoning on it. What I'm actually unhappy about is that I wanted to bet it. It was available on Bovada to bet.
Mm-hmm. Is that right? Whether he'd be on the ticket?
Not that, but you could either get, and it wasn't even a week ago, it was Biden minus 110 or the field, and the field was like plus 120 or plus 140.
Okay.
And there were a few things that happened that day. It was the day he was diagnosed with COVID, but 2 other things happened that day. Adam Schiff, who's running for Senate, spoke out against him, and then also Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumer delayed this roll call that they were going to do virtually so as to try to snuff this thing out. And I'm like, oh, that's it. It's over. And then I go to Bovada to fire the bet, and they had put a line through it. So it wasn't available. And so my wife, God bless her, we were driving to Six Flags listening to this all play out yesterday. My wife goes, because we were about to make a wager. And I was going to get something real nice like. I was finally going to get to Mount Everest, I think. And then she decided not to bet me because she's like, that's not going to happen. He's going to be the nominee. I'm just telling you. I go, what do you want? I'll bet you. I don't give a damn. It's like the same thing with Jackson. To your credit, you only bet, $20, I guess. Because I was ready to go heavy.
Oh, I know you were.
And I'm thinking, I'm more, and then she's also like, well, if you were so confident, why didn't you bet it? And I go, I went to bet it, and the lines were through it. But knowing you and knowing your love of Missouri, that you also said, not only do you think that Biden will be on the ticket, but that you love the over on the Missouri win total. I will say this, that I loved the Biden won't be on the ticket more than I love the Missouri.
I could tell when you gave 10-1 odds. That's what caught my attention. I'm like, okay, listen, I could see him not being on the ticket, but it would be unprecedented.
That's why I took the bet.
And
it's kind of his call.
Jackson wasn't a mark. He was getting 10-1
Yeah,
odds.
so I was thinking,
it was on $10. It's like, and when he eventually got it at $20. Why not?
Yeah.
I mean, on something
so
that's...
tip of the cap.
And things could have played out otherwise.
Sure.
I just looked at him like, this is... I thought it was all orchestrated, and once I saw him stumble out onto the stage on the debate,
it was odd, yeah.
I go, oh, God, they sent him out there, and either they gave him something or they didn't give him whatever they gave him at the State of the Union.
Yeah.
And that was my reasoning. I'm like, they're sending this guy out to make sure that he isn't on the ticket, and it's just going to play out. And coincidentally, right after the RNC, when they could have trashed Kamala Harris for 4 days, then they announce it. It's like Jackson sent me the payment yesterday afternoon, and I think he titled the Venmo, "We're living in a simulation."
Yep. Simulation.
It's all planned out.
Yeah. So I mean, it's like, it's once you kind of, I guess in a way, if something surprises you from an idealistic standpoint, it's nice. But otherwise, I just go, okay, it's just unfortunately the way that it works. And for the most part, about 99.8% of us are just kind of pawns in the game, and we'll try to maximize the 30 or 40 years of, economic viability we have, and then they'll either burn us up or put us in the ground. Hopefully you get a bunch of orgasms from the time you have.
Or a CFP.
Or a CFP.
It's like what George Carlin said years ago. The country is run by a big club, and you ain't
exactly right. Yeah, George Carlin was Nostradamus.
Right.
George Carlin was Nostradamus. Yeah. So.
Quite a few weekends we've had the past two. My goodness.
Yeah, indeed. We've lived a lifetime of news cycles in 9 days.
My goodness.
James, you're still high on the Tigers, even though they were predicted to be 6 by the SEC media. That includes people in the SEC media, Doug, who voted Vanderbilt in South Carolina to win the conference.
Yeah,
really?
Well, Gabe, too excited.
Yeah, Gabe says it's a really tough credential to get. So, I mean, you have some really hard-hitting journalists that are there voting on these things, and that's probably about right. 6. I mean, I'm fine with that. Who's in front of them that you'd be that upset about? Maybe LSU?
Maybe Ole Miss.
I don't know about that.
People are high. People are
very high on Ole Miss.
Yeah,
and, of course, Georgia and Texas. And Alabama's Alabama.
I don't think... When people do these things, and I have no problem with it, because it doesn't matter, number one, but then secondarily, I don't think when people do ranking, I don't know if people are ranking based on what they think is the best team or the way things will play out in the end, because a couple of these teams have scheduled, not a couple, I think damn near everyone ahead of Missouri. I mean, Missouri
absolutely
have such brutal schedules, and plus they cannibalize each other.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they're ranking on who we I mean, again, I know they're not. I mean, it's a chance to get away from your, family and probably have escorts. But how much people are really thinking through what they're voting on, because these teams are playing each other. So if we're basing it on who you think the best team is or if how they'll finish, because those teams ahead of Missouri, many of them are playing each other, so therefore they will have losses, so therefore it will be very difficult for that to be the order. And I know I'm giving the actual polling that, again, featured people voting for Vanderbilt to win the SEC. I'm actually treating this thing like it's real and matters. But I didn't know if it had your dauber down, because I know we're both Missouri fans, but we're like in different... wings of the party.
I am so excited for the season. Now, unfortunately, the season doesn't really start until October. I mean, that we've talked about that non-conference schedule. That's something else. Hey, yesterday I got to shoot.
Boston, keep an eye on the Boston College thing.
They're tough on the video game, I'll tell you that.
Oh, is that right?
Are we being serious?
KG can verify.
Boston College they meet some of the credentials of the why I liked Missouri last year.
Oh, they're
tenured. They're tenured. Exactly.
Yeah,
That's a perfect way to put it.
Okay,
sir.
gotcha. Well, I'll be there. I'll be there cheering on the Tigers. So I got to take some photos with a couple defensive backs, Marvin Burks out of Cardinal Ritter, who I expect to start to replace Carlisle, and then Toriano Pride out of East St. Louis. Yesterday, we got to shoot at the new Webster Groves football field, which was nice.
Is that right? How was that thing looking?
Oh, it's great. It was 75 years. I mean, it was the dumpiest field probably in St. Louis County. It was hard as a rock. It's so much better, and so we're grateful for that. Those kids each got $600 for that video game and a free copy. I was just curious how that worked.
Oh, wow.
That's how that works. Yeah, not bad.
That's a good deal.
Not bad. And of course, they can do whatever else they can get on NIL. And I was rocking my Mizzou TMA T-shirt for this photo shoot.
Nice. Look at that, Doug.
Setting the stage there. But those guys were awesome, and they seem pretty confident. Of course they do, right? It's July. They haven't started fall camp, but I have a lot of excitement for the Tigers. I think their offensive line is improved. I think the quarterback has to be improved, considering it's the same guy with more experience. Running back, I know Jackson's high on Carroll, and then wide receivers. How can you ask for anything more there? Tight end, a lot of upside there.
I'm a big Speedy Johnson guy.
Yeah. My God, all that guy did was make 50-yard touchdowns last year.
Yeah.
It was crazy. And then the defense, the defensive line, maybe not as deep as you'd like. Linebackers, some question marks. But I think the secondary, they replaced as well as you could for losing two NFL-caliber defensive backs.
Doug, get me to Tuscaloosa undefeated. Can you?
My God,
Can you get me to Tuscaloosa
7-0 going into that.
Oh, what percentage, Jackson, would you give the Fighting Tigers being undefeated heading to Tuscaloosa?
I will say 48%.
Wow.
Oh, I'll take the over.
Wow.
I mean, you have 4 automatic wins. You're at A&M and Auburn at home.
At A&M scares me.
Yeah, it does me too. But I think there's a better than 50% chance they win that one.
Well, what percent would you say that they win in College Station?
50. I put that one as a coin toss.
And what do you say about War Dam?
85.
I think that's high. 50. I think 50 could be.
Do you think they'll be favored at College Station?
Doug, you know Texas A&M's schedule?
I don't have it with me.
I don't think it's out
show
yet.
prep. You gotta do show prep here.
We'll definitely be favored against Auburn.
I would assume. Again, I mean, if Texas A&M for whatever reason, I assume they play somebody. They open up against Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Now that I see that, they open up against Notre Dame and College Station
They'll
too.
be battle hard.
I think they have Arkansas maybe the week before.
They have McNeese. Then they're at Florida. So they're going to have some tests. Sure. I mean, but Florida's predicted to be 12th. Yeah. And then Bowling Green. Missouri played them, Doug, in 1998. And then they also lost in Gary Pinkel's first game in 2001.
I
think they're quarterbacked by Connor Bazelak last year.
So, I mean, if they are undefeated, having beaten Notre Dame and having won in Gainesville, they'll be a top 25 team.
Sure. It's a tough team to figure out. I mean, they had a lot of turnover, let's put it that way, and a brand new coach. So. Yeah. But that home field advantage, at least it's tampered a little bit being that early of a kickoff, right?
Yeah.
I mean that goes against Auburn too. I mean that's an early kickoff too.
I got to tell you, by the way, I haven't really looked at Texas A&M. We're going to do schedules, I think, after today's balloon party.
Douglas special. Yeah.
Just going to read every team's schedule?
Right. But
really?
Their schedule, I would actually say their schedule might be more favorable than Missouri's. I mean, the thing that'll stand out to people is the Notre Dame thing. But they get Notre Dame and College Station. Florida is certainly a question mark this year. That's one of their road games. Their other road game is Starkville. And South Carolina and Auburn,
and then Texas.
I mean, but they get Texas in College Station. I don't know, and they get LSU in College Station. They could be positioned. I don't know that Mike Elko, Doug. You liked what he did at Duke, didn't you?
I love this Elke. Yeah, what he did at Duke. Let me tell you something.
See, how about that, James? That's the kind of analysis that you're not going to find. That's what you're sponsoring.
Is that weird that they're playing A&M first? Notre Dame's playing A&M at Kyle Field on their first game of the year.
Notre Dame will schedule. They're not afraid.
Yeah, but they
they kind of have to. They're in a spot where they kind of have to because they get the ACC butt asses.
Right. But they started last year in Ireland, I want to say.
Against Navy.
Navy, yeah.
Well, I mean, that's,
Right, but I feel like starting like on a neutral field would make more sense than playing at Texas A&M first game of the year.
Yeah.
That's bold.
But the thing is, now with the playoff, you can
Big
lose.
time.
Yeah.
Big time difference.
Notre
Yeah.
Dame's at A&M. Then they have Northern Illinois. You going to that, Doug? Northern Illinois? That's in
Planning
South
to,
Bend?
yeah.
I'd go to that. I'd go to any South Bend game if you're giving
You
me
ever
a
been?
ticket. No, I haven't, and I would. Yeah.
5 or so.
I hit as many Northern Illinois games as I can.
Northern Illinois. Then they're at Purdue. Then they got Miami, Ohio. Ben Roethlisberger thing. They've got, boy, the schedule is really difficult to read. Louisville's there. Stanford. At Navy. Florida State is in South Bend. And Virginia's in South Bend. And then they're at USC on November 30th. Oh, they got Army on the 23rd.
At Yankee Stadium.
At Yankee Stadium. So, but I mean, if you look at Georgia's schedule, and Georgia, you know, everybody picks Georgia. I understand. I'm just like, how in the hell?
I think it's at Texas, right?
Are they going to navigate that schedule? It is. I don't know if I've ever seen a schedule more difficult than Georgia. Again, on paper, who knows what the hell everything winds up being? But God,
I think it was
almighty.
Florida on the back half of their schedule was just murderer's row.
Yeah,
I mean, Florida might be a halfway decent team, but if they go 6-6, I mean that might be a decent team. You know, I mean that schedule's brutal.
That's the great James Carlton. He's my insurance agent, and you can make the switch. They'll do all the paperwork for you. 314-961-4800 or go online at carltoninsurance.net. If your insurance costs a leg and an arm, call this guy, Doug. His name's James Carlton, State Farm.
Yeah.
Thanks, James.
All right, cheers,
Thank
guys.
you, James.
There he is. That's James Carlton. Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency online at carltoninsurance.net. 378 5-star reviews.
A lot.
You horse plowing me out there?
I'm not horse plowing anyone.
Nice. That'll be Friday night at your place, the Barnoff. Okay. That's going to be fun. How's the Barnoff look?
It's good. Yeah, the grounds crew has done a heck of a job there. They've spread the fertilizer. We got most of the mares and the geldings have been well taken care of. Some of the buffalo are, tending their young. Yeah, I got buffalo.
Domesticated buffalo.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
This is in Sunset Hills?
Yeah.
God, I would think. I would think you could sell some of that land, but you don't. You just love the wildlife.
What am I going to do with more money?
Right, that's the key. How much is too much?
Right. After a while, you just play.
Once we got to HD2, did that allow you to acquire the buffalo?
Yeah.
To really push us over the top.
Mm-hmm. My net worth pretty much quadrupled as soon as they put that tube behind the HD.
Clip that up. It's a T-shirt waiting to happen. Send your emails in, Design Air Heating and Cooling. Email today, the morning after at InsideSTL.com. Send your emails in. Still $200 hate mail. Jackson says I need to pay $1,000. I mean, the cost of revealing your anonymity, I guess it's $1,000.
You know, I just realized is that T-shirt is kind of represent like it mimics the grocery bags that would say, or like the takeout bags. You know what I'm saying? That would have
Look at my T-shirt.
Defense, doggies, defense.
But like those takeout bags that would say like takeout on them, but they would be like stacked on top of each other. Am I?
You're hallucinating right now.
I'm trying to figure out what you're talking about.
There was like those takeout bags that would say takeout.
Really? I didn't see these. All right, we got a break anyway, so Jackson's going to look this up. The morning after at InsideSTL.com, hate mail, $200. T. McKernan at InsideSTL.com. This is TMA, and it's presented to you by Brown & Crouppen.
When we think of a real estate agent, we think of somebody simply selling our home or finding us a new one. I mean, they're all the same, right?
Okay, here's the comps. We'll take some pics, we'll post them, and I'll get back to you, okay?
A home is life-changing, and your real estate agent should reflect that. Honesty, integrity, and someone who will go above and beyond to make your dreams come true.
The Jeff Lotman Group with Compass Realty. We're different because you're different. We want what you want. Experience the difference today at jefflotman.com, bringing people and properties together.
Rosalita's Cantina is known for having the best patio and the best Tex-Mex in town. From carne con cerveza to shrimp diablo, the amazing menu at Rosalita's is full of classic Mexican dishes. Plus, it's always time for a margarita. Rosalita's has the most delicious house and specialty margs in town. Enjoy happy hour specials Monday through Friday from 3 to 6 and brunch at the De Pere location on Saturdays and Sundays from 10 to 3. Check out rosalitascantina.com or visit the downtown or De Pere location today. Time to get your fiesta on at Rosalita's.
Hey guys, this is Doug Biggs from Longo Biggs Injury Law. We became sponsors of the show because we love this show. We were listeners for years before we started sponsoring. We love coming to the events, playing in the golf tournaments, even though we got demolished in the second round of the match play. But we love sponsoring the Dotem as well, and we'll miss it this year. Hopefully it comes back next year. If you're at one of these events, you might have met us out there and you found out we're a lot like the rest of the audience. We are the audience. If you get hurt in an accident, you don't just have to take our word for it. You can take Tim's. If he knows someone that gets hurt, he's going to recommend us. Check us out at longobigs.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
The world's largest sports book in Las Vegas is now right at your fingertips here in Illinois. Hi, I'm Derek Stevens. I'm a lifelong sports bettor, and I'm the owner of Circus Sports. We're excited about launching our Circus Sports app in Illinois. It's sports betting the way it should be, with high betting limits, tight money line splits, exceptional customer service, and more. Download your new bookie today at circusports.com. Start betting like a pro from anywhere in Illinois.
John, it's time.
For what?
The kitchen. It was fine when we moved in, but that was when we were poor. Now it's falling apart.
Poor? Just because I didn't support your Zen garden idea doesn't mean we're poor.
These quick fixes the previous owners did just to sell this place is not cutting it anymore.
Okay, let's go.
Where?
To Collier and Thompson. If we're going to do it, it should be done the right way. And honestly, they've got everything we'll need, and I don't want to go to 6 or 7 different stores. What do you say? Babe?
John, they close at 5. You're wasting daylight.
This couple knows what they're doing. Collier & Thompson is first class, top-of-the-line products with high-quality work. If something goes wrong, my guy Matthew will go back and help out. Collier & Thompson remodels kitchens, bathrooms, man caves, office space, bars, wine rooms, even fireplace walls. Their 10,000-square-foot showroom with more than 20 kitchen displays is on Manchester Road in Baldwin, right next to Uncle Bill's Pancake House. Let Collier & Thompson bring your dream remodel to reality online at collierandthompson.com.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan, and I am here with James Carlton of the Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency. James, I love getting emails from listeners who support the sponsors. Got one from a client of yours who switched, and you immediately saved him $1,000, and it meant the world to him.
The area that we're really having an impact on people's finances are people with drivers under the age of 25. We are seeing material savings for these types of clients, hundreds, if not even thousands of dollars per year.
James Carlton, Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency, 314-961-4800, or go online at carltoninsurance.net.
Get the best at 100 West. 100 West Dental. No insurance? No problem. 100 West Dental has a plan when you don't, for ease and affordability. Feeling nervous? Not anymore. 100 West Dental provides complete comfort during quality care. Over 350 5-star reviews agree. When you want to get your smile into winning shape, get the best at 100 West. 100 West Dental. Consult virtually with Dr. Pryor or book online at 100westdental.com.
Biggie's Restaurant and Bar has been a staple of the community for over 30 years and is serving your favorites like the steak sandwich, waffle fries, and so much more. It's not just the food that's rocking. With a full bar and patio, Biggie's is the perfect spot for lunch, dinner, and a little laughter. Biggie's original hours are back. Open 11 a.m. till midnight, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And 11 a.m. till 1 a.m. on Friday and Saturday. Check out the full menu at biggiesrestaurant.com and stop in today.
Stupiracy, the podcast where stupidity meets history and conspiracy. With hosts Scott Rizzuto and Tim McKernan. Check out the latest episode available now. As Riz and Tim explore one of the most bizarre conspiracy theories ever. The claim that Finland doesn't exist? I know, what the... Dive into the wild story that suggests this Nordic country is a fabrication, and how this strange idea involves Japan, Russia, and Nokia. Hello, meet the Monet. Watch or listen to the latest Stupiracy now on Spotify, Apple, or YouTube. Presented by Evergreen Wealth Strategies. Visit evergreenstl.com or call Mark at 314-889-0503 and by Brown & Crouppen 222-2222 or getbc.com.
The Tim McKernan Show podcast, featuring long-form interviews with people from the world of sports, politics, and entertainment.
And our guest today, Bill McClellan. Thanks so much for coming in.
Hey, my pleasure, Tim.
What's up, Caden?
Hi, how are you?
Joe Buck, our guest today.
Man, it's like I haven't seen you in years.
More than 500 episodes and counting, and it's available wherever you get your podcasts, including the TMA STL app. Get the app now at tmastl.com. KPN-TFM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day. I'm gay. Now.
It's the Brown & Crouppen Morning After.
KPN-TFM HD2.
Collinsville, St. Louis.
Doug, you like this one?
I do. This is, I think, my favorite.
This is the Schaefer Door Company, 9 o'clock hour. Hello, friends, and welcome in. It's TMA, and it's presented to you by Brown & Crouppen. Why don't you call? We haven't taken a call yet, have we?
No, no calls yet.
636-9004-TMA. Collier and Thompson phone lines. Email in, Design Air Heating and Cooling email today, coming your way here in about 10 minutes. What a great battle we have as we head down the stretch. How many shows left do we have in July?
We have
7?
including this one.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
We have
7 more.
8. We have 8. Including this one.
Counting this one, 8.
Counting this one, we have 8.
Buck Swope is tied with 3-way trade deal. The Coalition, Teddy Caribbean, and JV Golf Coach all with 2. And then hashtag Curious has 1. This thing is unreal this month.
Really? It's got the
Are you
talking.
gonna consider not going on vacation next week just to?
Yeah. I'm this close to canceling the whole darn trip.
Where are you going on this one?
Siesta Key.
That's nice down there.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Is vacation 7?
7 of 12 that I'm taking this year.
Suck it, Doug.
Okay, stop it, Jimmy Ballgame.
Going with the family or a wedding?
Yeah, the whole family's going to meet down there. The entire family's meeting down there. And guess who gets to pay for it all?
You.
That's right.
Isn't it?
Mr. Barnoff.
At what point does
Mr. Barnoff.
What points do you stop paying for the family vacation when your kids are like 30-something?
Well, they are 30-something. We haven't reached that point yet. I just like them to pay for their phone. They're still on the phone plan. Could you give us the $20, please, a month? 20 a month? Is that too much? Oh, I forgot.
God almighty, I'm so glad I never had kids.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Just because of that?
Well, I couldn't afford them.
You would have figured it out.
No, I wouldn't have. No way.
One way or another, you would.
Here, honey, here's my check for radio this week. Put it in with yours.
Oh, our friend credit card debt. There we go.
Well, and there are plenty of households where both spouses work.
Dad, you paying for my college? No.
Yeah, had to do that. Last thing I wanted to do was saddle my kids with a bunch of college debt.
Wouldn't be your fault.
No, but I didn't want to do that to them because they were kind of, by definition, family members.
So, I mean, you're responsible to.
I was responsible. They're my kids. I was responsible for
college.
them. I felt responsible for them.
Look, I paid for your clothes. You're going to pay for your own college.
Oh, well.
Do the dishes, you twink.
Yeah, they didn't do that.
They didn't do a lot of dishes, no. No? Mm-mm. That's too soft.
Is Doug actually going on vacation, or is he just saying he might be going to get the attention he craves? That's from glove blogger Tom Traven. You do like attention for your brand.
I love it for me. I want the spotlight on me all the time.
That's why you're still on Channel 4.
I'm not and haven't been for a
later.
long time.
And I don't know why Tom Traven thinks I starve for attention. Do you really
You're reading a lot into
you really
that,
think that's... Well, who do you think he was talking about?
You said Doug.
Yeah, but he was going back to me. I don't go anywhere. I just say I'm going to go someplace for the intention. I may go to Orlando. Everybody talking about me yet? Talking about me going to Orlando? Please talk about me. You think I give a crap if anybody talks about me? If anybody knows who I am? If anybody pays attention to what I do?
I don't know.
Yo, hey, I do like that friendly chicken, though.
I do, too. Loved it. I haven't had that in a long time.
They don't sell it.
They don't?
You go to Friendly's, they're not selling fried chicken.
Is that
What
right?
do you mean?
It's guess be new ownership. I've been to the one on
Denny's not there anymore?
The one on Rogers.
Denny's not there anymore?
I can't speak to that, but I know when I went there, I used to go there, get them out for Mizzou games, right there in South City.
We did a show there once.
And there's no fried chicken on the menu.
That must have been, about 2012, 2013 or something we were there?
Mm-hmm.
I can't find a good fried chicken anywhere.
Well, that's not true. You can find good fried chicken.
I can't find a good one.
I like Grace Meat +3. It's tasty. I really like Biggie's. The chicken tender itself is actually like really, really, really good.
I was thinking about getting that yesterday.
Hello, Marlon.
But I was craving the steak sandwich.
Yeah.
Plus, I was operating at a caloric deficit, just like everybody at Six Flags.
Yep. Everyone is starving.
Bring your own
at Six
sandwich with you?
Flags.
BYOS.
Yeah. Turkey leg? Nope, I got a biggie sandwich here.
Pocket sandwich.
How many calories do you think one of those big turkey legs is?
Ooh.
I don't know. Turkey's not really high.
But you got to factor in the grease. It made Tim's son slip.
It's also the size of your head. So I'll say 1,400. If you were to eat brand new to bone, 1,400. I'd say
brand new to bone.
Would it be the skin and the grease? Because turkey's really not that bad for you, is it?
Definitely the skin.
Like white meat.
Yeah, but if you eat a whole 3 pounds of it, it is.
Yeah, turkey's actually good for you.
But if you eat in moderation,
yeah,
the turkey leg
the
is
entire
not in moderation.
Calf, not the whole ham hock.
Fried chicken's for the fats. It's American, the Central West End.
Well, it is.
Yeah, unless you're not fat, then you can eat fried chicken.
Take the skin off there.
No, that's the best part of the chicken.
No,
You kidding
I
me?
take the skin off.
What's the part of fried chicken if you're going to take the skin off?
Because then you eat the chicken, not the skin.
That's gross.
No, it isn't gross. The skin is the part that's gross.
No, that's the best part.
No. That's where all the fat is.
That's the first thing I eat when I fry chicken. I peel the fried skin off and eat that.
No, you don't eat that. You throw that away.
I don't. I eat it.
No. Okay.
David, how about a little Popeye's chicken? That good for your golf swing?
I don't think it's good for your
No,
golf
I don't
swing.
like Popeye. I don't like the Cajun thing.
Oh,
Xander
Popeye's
loves
good.
Popeyes.
Popeye's good. Popeye's real good.
What food would be good for your golf swing if not fried chicken?
Bananas.
I'm a big banana guy when I'm out there.
Bananas, protein bars.
No.
Anything to give you some energy. Yeah. Something to loosen the joints a little bit. Certainly not
Help
fried
the
chicken.
flexibility.
Yeah.
Is there a food that helps flexibility?
I don't know, to be honest with you. I'm no dietitian.
No.
I do have to say, I may have him bring them in here for you guys.
What?
I don't like wings. I don't eat a lot of wings. I'm not a big wing guy. But on the 4th of July, my niece had a pool party with fireworks and barbecue. And her husband, Jeremy, his brother, brought over wings that he made himself. Oh, my God, these are the best things I've ever had.
Well, they're 3 weeks old now.
No, but I'm just saying, I may tell him, hey, make your wings and bring them in here because everybody here except for me loves wings.
Sure.
Bring them in here and let them try. Oh, they weren't too hot. They weren't too spicy. They were just right. They were perfect.
Now, wings will have a lot of skin, mostly skin rather than meat.
Yeah, because there's not a lot of meat on a wing.
Right.
Some French fries and gravy, sir.
That's why I like the drummies, because they're basically little fried chickens.
Mm-hmm. Well, you think you'll bring them in or no?
I think if I asked him, he would.
It's going to be hard for us to eat chicken wings while we do the show.
Well, we take breaks. Not long ones, but we take breaks.
of fixes.
A turkey leg from Six Flags has 1,149 calories. That's
I
not
never
bad.
shot it.
Yeah,
54 grams of fat.
Ooh.
Yeah, but you're eating 3 or 4 of them in a day. That's pretty much up to 6,000.
3 or 4. Holy hell. There's not really opportunities for dip-ins there. You kind of just got to eat it.
But there are some sads at Six Flags that could eat 3 or 4 of those.
It's not, yeah, boy, that's tough.
They don't need to dip anything. As they're eating them, they're sweating on them.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of salt.
Do they eat these while they're on the rides?
What's up?
Can you eat them while you're on the rides?
Probably. That's probably a massive hazard.
I don't think you can take food on a...
Yeah, could you imagine riding the Mr. Freeze and someone tosses back their turkey leg and smacks you in the face?
I think that'd be interesting.
Now I can see
Pop
them
a tooth
probably
out.
putting them down their pants and then getting on the ride and eating them. Like you go into that tunnel of love thing.
Look what the fried oils from the fried chicken do to your body. They stay in your gut almost forever, and they make you fat. That's from Eric in the Central West End.
No denying that.
I don't believe I'm fat, and I eat a lot of fried chicken that I make myself. Whenever I go to the store for shopping, I always buy chicken.
So what's your secret to staying so slim and trim?
Darts.
Darts.
That's the secret?
Curbs the appetite.
And metabolism, too.
And you don't eat lunch?
Or breakfast.
Not eating and smoking darts. They'll do the trick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you see that on
You think the darts are the
Jenny
reason?
Craig?
Darts are the reason you don't want breakfast or lunch?
I bet that's
No, even before.
Suppress
Even,
your appetite?
no, even really before I smoked, I never ate breakfast.
Okay. Okay for you. So 1 meal a day.
Yeah. Every once in a while, I'll sit down with maybe eat some chips
Oh, will you?
in the afternoon.
Yeah. There's a hummus. Put some hummus on there.
Yeah, I don't like hummus.
Oh, gosh.
Doug, I just got an email from somebody that wants me to send you recommendations for Siesta Key.
Oh, okay. I'll take him.
I'll forward it to you.
Okay.
Why don't you get on Facebook? Going to Siesta Key. Any great restaurants?
So I saw that it was ranked.
That'd be right on your brand of looking for attention.
Mm-hmm. It was ranked one of the best beaches in the America.
Beautiful. Yeah.
I've been there. It's beautiful.
I have not been there.
It's cool.
Seashells, too, if I remember correctly.
You said email address with the 1380 in it. I never know what an email address
That's
is for
fine.
you.
Yeah,
Shows how much Doug and I email.
That's a good one.
I don't know. Yeah, all right. It's coming your way. It's from Chuck. Look for an email from me from Chuck. Got a lot of recommendations, too. My
Really?
God. Yeah, you're getting hooked up here.
Gosh.
Chuck did his work.
All right.
Yeah, there was a guy on my Bermuda daydreaming page. I got into an argument with him. Then I just left the page. I got tired of this guy.
Oh, no.
Every question that somebody posed, this guy would answer. First of all, thank you for coming to our beautiful island. Here's 8 restaurants and the names of the maitre d's you may want to try. Mention my name. And every once, somebody, any good beaches? Hi there, welcome to our beautiful island. Who the hell? Stop telling everybody welcome to our beautiful island.
Knock it off.
We get it. You live there. Like that, you didn't even answer the question. And somebody said, leave him alone. He's a nice old man. I said, it reminds me of the guy down on the beach where girls took their tops off at Church Bay. And this guy would walk around the beach with his hands behind his back, strolling. Ladies, no nudity in Bermuda. Put your shirt back on. Please, please. Stop. This is a beautiful island. You don't own the place. This guy acted like he owned the whole...
He was anti-nudity.
Yeah, but this guy on the Bermuda daydreaming, he just wants everybody to know that, like, I live there. What I say goes. Here's what you should do. So I just told him, I said, nobody cares if you live there.
Yeah, you let him have it, I bet.
Eric, you're a nerd. That's from the 314. I guess that's Eric in the Central West End he's talking about?
Mm-hmm.
And he's mad at Eric for talking about what that made him a nerd? I'm trying to remember.
The thing about the chicken wings and the fat.
Yeah.
I will say Eric is a gentleman in wonderful shape. So he's not.
Wow, you like that boy's body?
Yeah, I ranked him as one of the cutest
that's
listeners.
right. I
Mount
forgot
Rushmore
about
of cutest
that.
listeners.
So he's fat-shaming everybody.
Who are the cutest
he would
listeners?
do
I
that.
missed that.
Well, you have a ranking, right? You do.
I don't have a ranking, no.
Okay, I guess we're lying today. Eric in the Central West End. I think I put Kevin Miller.
Kevin Miller?
Deke Dotham. Yeah, I like Kevin Miller's khakis.
Bang Bang.
And Bang Bang Niner guy. Yeah, nice. I like that guy.
Who's Bang Bang?
His name's Rocky. He's on the fan page.
Jackson's getting too close to the fire.
Yeah. Well, he does a lot of cosplaying, and I like that.
He dresses up like a superhero? Is that what cosplay is?
Or not necessarily a superhero, just anything. I like that guy.
Okay, now we have a fancy word that makes it cooler.
Cosplay?
Cosplaying, as opposed to just wearing costumes.
I mean, all words were one point made up. You know,
It's true, but sometimes we put fancy words to things to make them seem a little cooler than they really are.
I didn't really like the word cosplay when I worked at the movie theater. They were like, you can cosplay for movie openings. I was like, ugh. It's like, no thanks.
The hot corner needs a hobby or a second job. Time well spent arguing with social media etiquette best practices with a guy in Bermuda. Glove blogger Tom Traven. He calls Iggy the hot corner? The hot corner? Doug Terry Pendleton.
Third
hot
base,
corner.
yeah. I used to call it the tepid vertex.
I like that.
I used to. I don't do it anymore.
Right. Formerly.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't like know-it-alls.
Who's a know-it-all now?
That guy on the Bermuda page.
Oh.
Knew everything.
Take notes, fats! I'm 40 and I have abs. That's American the Central West End.
Okay.
That's not going to
Well, everybody has abs. You just can't see them when a lot of people. Under all the fat.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's why you need to check out Mentality. Mentality is a local healthcare facility specifically dedicated to helping men feel and perform at their very best. Go to lowtusa.com. I did. Even if you've tried testosterone before, not everyone understands the blood chemistry in men's bodies. Mentality can help. The normal range for testosterone is large. If you've been to a doctor and they told you that you were normal without understanding the range or testing your free testosterone, it wasn't fully looked at. Come get checked with Mentality. Testosterone therapy helps men regain normal function and restores the ability to perform normally at all levels. Go to lowtusa.com. That's Mentality at lowtusa.com. And Longo Biggs. If you're injured in a car accident and you need an attorney, you need the best one you can find. If any of my family or friends are ever injured in an accident, I want them to call Doug Biggs and CD Longo at Longo Biggs Injury Law. They're online at LONGOBIGGS.com. In a personal injury case, there could be a substantial amount of money on the line, and these guys know how to get every dollar possible. They're smart, they're tough, and they're aggressive, and you're going to work with them directly. They're going to get to know you, and you are going to get to know Doug and CD personally. LongoBiggs.com, LongoBiggs.com, Doug and CD. They're local, friendly, professional, and most importantly, excellent personal injury lawyers. Online at LongoBiggs.com. Remember, the choice of an attorney is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertisements. And think about it. Jackson, we're about 10 minutes away from going down the hallway and dealing with the situation. What can people expect when they flip over to 101 ESPN, or they watch on YouTube, or they send in text?
Little Pills, we can rewind.
Oh, nice.
But I would say that we'll spend just a little bit of time on the Cardinals the weekend that was.
Well, what else?
In Hotlanta.
The guy that tweeted out bad things about St. Louis from Kansas City?
Yeah, we'll spend the bulk of the program on that guy, finding out where he works and all that stuff.
Yeah, it's doc season.
Yeah, we'll do some doxing, and then maybe at the end we'll get into some big picture questions about the world of sport.
No.
Man, I like that.
Yep.
Big picture questions about the world of sport.
Yep.
Like, do you like sport? Do you not like sport?
That was the question.
What's your favorite sport? And what do you like about that sport versus the other ones?
That is deep.
And do you have some examples locally of some of that sport being played?
Ladies and gentlemen, Doug, it's going to be huge.
Yeah, it's going to be a big one.
Great show.
It's time for the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. Morning. Mary Louise McDumperhorn here. I listen, and now that's what I call an unbearable volume 2 on the skeleton yesterday while at book club, and boy, has it gotten better lately. I didn't plan on listening. However, your app directed me to the skeleton after filling out a brief survey on my excitement level for your little minor league town being in talks with MTV to host their Rockin' Jock softball game with Dan Cortez on the mic in 2029 in the parking lot of City Museum. Is St. Louis in the mix of the 2029 Rockin'?
Fingers crossed.
If all goes well, Hazelwood might be the home of the MTV Summer House the following year. Talk about slaying dragons. Anyways, the master-mix of Iggy reading humorless Facebook comments from his personal diary to nobody from his personal page had all my friends clamoring for more. Once you've heard an audio reading of Iggy's perverted elderly friends commenting on his weather takes, there's no going back. Luckily, the following segment ripped just as hard. Mike Lee called in to talk about being friends with girls, specifically someone named Carla. Not to be upstaged, Iggy dunked on Mike Lee by correcting her name and letting Mike know that he's her real friend because he bought her an ethnocentric nightgown from the duty-free junk kiosk at the Jamaican airport. Keep up the good work, guys. That's from the Coalition.
The Coalition.
Strong.
Boy, it's tough when they hold up the mirror, isn't it, Doug?
Yeah,
I don't like what I see.
Sometimes we don't like it.
Has this ever happened to you? Have you and your wife ever taken your kids to the zoo, but when you get home, you're too exhausted to shower before bed? After a long day of dodging the diabetics on their rascal scooters, you promise yourself you'll rinse off first thing in the morning so you can wash the stank out of your swamp ass.
No.
Actually, swamp ass is the wrong term. The amount of moisture that pools in your crotch after hiking around the zoo on a summer day is far greater than a mere swamp. It's more like a leaky Grundle faucet. Drip, 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 sweat trickles down your thigh. But that's a problem for tomorrow. What's this? Your wife is actually in the mood for intercourse, but after 3 minutes of aggressive thrusting, you're way too tired to shower, so you lay in a puddle of your own juices all night? Silly me, I just remembered that I'm not even married. That's not my wife laying next to me, that's Brad, the assistant manager at the Oakville Jack in the Box.
Oh.
Even though I'm not gay, my little Bradley boy says I have to be the power bottom because he has hip dysplasia and a herniated disc. I don't mind spreading my cheeks for him because he pays me a generous allowance of 15 pan coins per week just for some extra walking around money, and he lets me use his quintuple XL TMA polo as a blanket after he's done penetrating my dirt knot. So I'll ask again, does that happen to you? It's from the JV golf coach.
JV golf coach.
Hi, I'm on a public bus in the sky again, and my texts aren't working. I just wanted to say I would like to pay extra for Iggy's book if there is no editing involved. I want no changes to the font size or anything. I want that baby as is in its purest form, and I'm willing to sponsor a chapter if Iggy wants. That's from Mr. Licks.
Mr.
How about that, Iggy? You
Licht.
taking sponsorships?
Make me an offer. You can have chapter 1 right now.
Wow.
Oh, really? Will you autograph it?
Yeah. Let the bidding start. Whoever wants to read chapter 1, bid on it.
Wow.
What do you think you could get for it?
Guess we'll find out.
Couple $100?
It's all yours.
Doug.
Okay.
And Young, that's actually how J.D. Salinger wrote Catcher in the Rye. Comic Sans sized up to 76 with lines arbitrarily centered and left aligned. So yeah, we might have the next great piece of American literature at our feet, folks. Just wanted to pass that quick little antidote, unquote, along. Thanks, that's from #1 Asian intern Brian Henshin, a.k.a. ASMR Antidote. Swing by the page today for a live tutorial on how to replace the battery in your smoke detector.
Well, I need that. Brian Henshin.
We learned today, don't bet against Tim ever. He's just at a different level. I don't want to badmouth Iggy, that's not my game, but lately Big Daddy wouldn't know an email the day win if it jumped up and bit me in the face. So I'm not going to miss the irony of a man belittling a cameraman not being able to find a golf ball with a diameter of 1.68 inches and a circumference of 5.28 inches when the same man can't find a cart path after a torrential rainstorm. But this email's about the first time I had 2 of my holes filled at the same time. I remember it was like yesterday because it was. They cut my hours at my fry cook job, so I moonlighted Sunset Hills Home Depot. And in he came. Hey, fella, you got any of that goop? The original waterless biodegradable cleaner. I've got beige paint all over my body. And there was a lust in his eyes. As I bent over to the bottom shelf, he dropped my drawers. Out of the corner of my eye, I saw him pull up an iPhone app, and in my shock, it controlled the drone carrying a butt plug that entered me with speed and force. As my mouth opened with erotic pleasure, he said, I need something cleaned up, and I'm not talking about the pant. Then he shoved his junk straight down my gullet. They say there was more than a mouthfuls of waste. Well, this dude was wasting about 4 extra inches, which I held with my welding glove left hand, roughly yanking and spanking to a happy ending. That's from Colin on the last name's forehead.
Colin Porhide.
And finally, the Cardinals are coming tra-la. Took 2 or 3 from the Braves over the weekend as that Alec Burleson's been raking in July. Could have been a sweep if they were wasting high-leverage plate appearances on effing Matt Carpenter. And what's the media in this town talking about? Loose rural kids getting fingered in the time tunnel. Hey, did you guys see Samantha Fish open up for the Rolling Stones last night? She's really blown up since I interviewed her back in 2021. I mean, I don't want to take all the credit, but it was published not on a radio show or podcast feed, but it's a single Facebook post by Jackson tagged to my personal page with no description or notes. Oh, and I accidentally called her Amanda Fish during the intro. But that don't matter because Jackson took the shears, so you can't really tell. Of course, the original blooper where I call her Amanda was played on TMA the following Monday, and that's really the only part most people heard, but still great exposure. There was a fire audio postcard from Raby. I love any time distorted Iggy robot voice makes an appearance, an homage to the second Let It Be Awful era when the producers were so checked out that they didn't bother disabling a sound effect that was intentionally fixed by pressing a single button.
That's accurate.
Glider Iggy's book will be a list of antidotes. I've got a fever, and the only cure is a non sequitur about Stevie Nicks. And the font choice screams I'm a 90s high school kid who has to write 10 pages on a topic I know nothing about. As the cute little Minwoo Lee likes to say, let him cook. It's a Buck Swope. And Doug, that's what we have.
Swope. Nice
the designer, heating and cooling.
I'm going to go with the Coalition.
Yeah, I was going to go with Kevin Miller today, but the Coalition was funny. I'll go Coalition.
Coalition is won the Design Air Heating and Cooling email today, and now it's the 3-way tie with the 3-way trade deal and Buck Swope at the top of the leaderboard. This is fun, Doug. Everybody's firing on all sides. You shouldn't go to Siesta Key.
No, I'm not going now.
Jackson and I are going to go down the hallway for Balloon Party. That's coming your way here in about 3 minutes. For Jackson Bennett, Burkett, Chairman Kurt, Kenneth Iggy Strode, my brother Kevin, Douglas Elvin, Von Tim McCurdy. This has been TMA, presented to you by Brown and Crouppen.
Want to take on some legends of TMA?
Sound the same!